Get 'em, Jimmy, where Loshak at? The bottle's getting empty up the crack and we stacking chips, all of it's what I want. Plus money winners, that's what I'm on. You can say I'm gone. I prefer elevated pub sports radio. Time to get educated, get produced, leave the juice, letting loose with so much abuse that the bookies wanna call a truce. They getting slaughtered. Can't forget Jeff and low baggers in the chat. That's a lethal weapon 'cause we be pubbing.
Yo, welcome to Pub Sports Radio, everyone. My name is Peter Loshak. Today is Tuesday, May 16th. Of course, Jimmy the Bag and I do this show every single Tuesday, but Jimmy is on vacation right now, so it's just going to be me. Of course, we have the comment section. That's the most important part of the show. I look cool and sleazy as hell. That's like the second most important part of the show, or the third most important part of the show. Top five for sure. You know, I look pretty cool. Fucking sleazy as hell. Hell yeah. Fucking proud of myself. Look at this shit. Look how fucking sleazy my hair looks in combo with the mustache. It's just fucking great. I don't know. Do I appreciate myself more than other people? Maybe. I don't know. I can't tell, but I just fucking look at it. I look in the mirror and I'm like, wow, what a fucking scumbag I look like. It's so fun. All right, everyone. We're in the heart of the MLB regular season. You know, I'm having an okay MLB regular season, but every single card, I look at the lines, I look at the situations, I look at the pitchers, I look at the bullpens, and I'm like, man, I really don't know what the hell's going on here today. But more often than not, at the end of the day, in MLB, I come out up a little bit, and once in a while come out up a lot, and feel pretty comfortable overall in MLB right now, comfortable enough to give public opinions, which is what we're going to do today. Of course, Dabby Cab will be joining us. Jose Bouquett will pop in for his MLB takes unexpectedly, maybe some random insanity and weirdness unexpectedly, and it'll be a good show. Shout out to Jimmy the Bag, wherever he is right now. Hope he's doing okay. Hope he's having a good time. We're going to have a good show. We're going to look at the comment section for a second. And then we're going to bring in Dabby Cab and we'll get into MLB, man. MLB, I have faith going forward in MLB because of how I've done so far this year, which is a little bit less than 50% on totals, but killing sides. And, I have no reason to expect that that'll be any different going forward, except for that, like, maybe I just got lucky, which is possible, but I'm going to choose to pretend that I'm going to choose to believe that's not the case. Let's quickly look at the comment section, and obviously everyone, please, for the love of God, give us your opinions. Give us your opinions on all this shit, on all these MLB games. Let's see. Nuke Worker Poker Addicted says, I look like a rhinestone cowboy. Look at this. I got a fucking Dolly Parton mug. Look at this. Poker Addicted rhinestone cowboy Dolly Parton coffee mug right here. Right here. Poker Addicted, 79. Shout out to you. Hell yeah. Dolly Parton, what a woman. What a woman. Love that woman. I was a little bit too young to appreciate her when she was at her peak. But now I certainly do. Saturday, it said the Wall Street is pretty sweet, Pete. Thank you very much. Am I at your grandma's house? No, but I have someone who has that sort of interior design style. That's true. That's true. Let's see what else we got in the comments section. See if anyone's Jorge Don't Play says Pirates play of the day as a small dog. Okay, we will certainly talk about that. The Pirates, of course, started out the season quite well. I was on them a bunch of times, and they've definitely tailed off recently. In general, we'll see what Dabby Cab has to say about that. Fap win, hitting us up with an Australian with a Belmont Race 3 Arcadia Star, odds of $2.40. Shout out to Nuke Worker, Dave Burke. Let's just see if there's anything important in the comment section that we have to copy and paste here, and we'll get into MLB. Let's see, Mike M. Oh, thank God. I'm like, is this show going to be okay? Saturday's there. Mike M is there. Real Deal Prime is there. Kong's Clips is there. Dave Redling, Creekman 581. Okay. Rocco Rogers. Okay. Poker Addicted. I think it's going to be an okay show. Chris Comatini. Oh, for the love of God, Chris Comatini, let us know what you think about any of these baseball games. If you have any opinions or plays that you're liking. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah. Doyle Brunson, R.I.P. to Doyle Brunson. Unbelievable. What a life, right? What a life. I hope that that my life is 2% as awesome as Doyle Brunson's life was going forward. And I hope everyone's life is too. Paco Healy. Yo, looking good, Pete. Yeah, thank you very much, Paco Healy. Fucking sleazy as hell. Which is great. Subhuman Gaucho, play of the day. Sevilla and Juventus. Both teams to score -115. Oh, Red Girl. Shout out to Red Girl. And Noli knows here. Oh, thank God. All right, we're going to get into this. Noli knows. Are you still hitting unders in baseball, Noli knows? Because I don't even know what I'm doing in baseball totals right now, but I know it's worse than a coin flip. That's what I do know. But I'm hoping to get up to like 50. I just want to break even ultimately in totals on the MLB season. I'm doing great on sides, though. Hell yeah. Rocco Rogers says Dodgers win again today. Yeah. I mean, the Dodgers have been, that's a tough one. I've been doing well in MLB sides, leaning towards dogs heavily, unless I have a strong reason to like the favorite. And in a game like that, obviously the Dodgers winning game in and game out. But Minnesota, very capable, obviously. Ober has been excellent overall this year. So up till today, I've been sort of defaulting to Minnesota as a big dog in situations like that. But we'll see what Dabby Cab has to say about it. Dabby Cab say about that? Nolino says totals are feeling back to normal. Okay, is there a normal anymore? Nolino's in 2023 with all the insanity. Let's see. Poker Addicted 79 says full court Giants money line. Yeah. Yes. Giants money line. I kind of wanted to take Philly in general, but with a pitching matchup, Cobb, and it doesn't make sense. Cobb is legitimately pitching great, getting grounders, and I don't want to fade that. Yeah. I think I'm going to be on the Giants as a dog as well, for sure. But at some point in the near future, I'm going to make a big play on Phillies, but it's probably not today. You're right. Alex Cobb, those baseball pitchers, I remember Chen-Ming Wang was like that for the Yankees. Those baseball pitchers that can induce grounders, they just stack excellent, 7-inning, 1-run start after 7-inning, 1-run start. The kind of pitchers where even if you know what's coming, it's still hard to hit. Those heavy sinkers. Cobb's getting a ton of grounders. Doing awesome. Very unlikely that he gets hit here again. Hell yeah. And Nolino says big time. All right, this is going to be a good show. We got everyone in the comment section. Noli knows. Rocco Rogers, Chris Comatini. Yeah, that's the other thing. Chris Comatini says Kershaw's mom passed. Dude will be locked in. Yes. But again, Ober's been excellent overall this year, so I was thinking under. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about Rocco Rogers back in Cobb first 5. Paco Healy says Padres are an under machine. They are. Their offense should be better, though, shouldn't it, Paco Healy? I mean, San Diego is getting their wins. But I was looking at that, and I was thinking, man, Brady Singer has trouble stringing two good starts in a row. But if we have any reason to believe that he'll be okay here, under 9 is a great bet. But Paco Healy, shouldn't San Diego's offense be a little bit better? It feels like in the same way that we were all like, St. Louis couldn't be this bad. They're going to turn it around, and now they've done it. San Diego's offense is going to make a change in a big way. Maybe in July or August, maybe next week. We'll see. Let's see. Other comments. Oh, shit. Nasty Nate. He'll be in NYC till the 2nd. We'll meet for that drink. Yes, we'll do it, Nasty Nate. Hit me up for sure. And let's see the comments. All right, I guess why not? Let's bring in Jose Bouquett for about 15 seconds. Jose Bouquett, come on in here, pal.
Pedro,
how you feeling about today's baseball card, Jose? Is it like just the same as always, just like kind of confusing, but whatever?
Well, yesterday I had my first actual sweep of the board of the year. That was nice.
Really?
Typically after those, successful sweeps of the board, the next day is always kind of hesitant for everyone.
Yes.
And that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. I don't particularly love the matchups today. There are definitely some matchups I ain't interested in. I know you love some juice, Pete. So Clayton Kershaw -200 at home after his mom passes away. Just seems like your kind of thing here, Pete. But most importantly, the Boston Celtics beat the 76ers in Game 7. So that's very nice to see.
All right, Jose Bouquett. Well, if you have any kind of insights or opinions on any of these games, just pop the hell in and help us out. All right, Jose Bouquett.
Of course. And I'll actually be investigating where you got your wallpaper from because I need to get some.
Oh, yeah. Investigate away. All right, let's get into MLB. What could go better than someone who looks like Cheech's loser brother? How about Elvis's loser brother. That's who our next guest looks like. Please welcome to the show, Dabby Cab. Dabby Cab. Hell yeah, Dabby Cab. You know you look like Elvis's loser brother. It's okay. I'd rather look like that than Cheech's loser brother, right?
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. You know what I was going to tell you, Pete? You know the cool dude in the movie Office Space, when they're like, "Hey, if you had a bunch of money, what would you do?" He's like, "I'd tell you what I'd do, man. I'd have a threesome with 2 chicks." That's who you make me think of.
Yeah, God, my memory is so fucked up with all this. I saw Office Space. It's a fucking good classic movie, but I can't remember that line. I don't remember that line, but I'll watch it again. Dabby Cab, right? Before we get into it, just in general, how you feel about baseball right now? And just be honest,
Good, man. This year, I've I haven't been doing a ton of shows. I've been guesting with Jose and here with you and on Jimmy's. My volume has been a whole lot lower than it was last year. Right now, in the last month, now this is just the last month. I'm not talking about the season, but in the last month, I'm hitting a little over 60%. So this lower volume might be a change that I make for a little while, at least for now. I'm gonna keep it that way for now.
Okay, right on. I have to address a quick comment here. John Garcia says, "I just want to know when Pete will wear those Gator shoes again." Shout out to you, John Garcia. John Garcia, I think I lost them. I don't know where the fuck they went. I have a few places I'm going to check, but I think they're gone. I had the coolest shoes ever. The Dabby Cab that I got in Costa Rica cost me like $10. Plastic alligator bright green shoes. Just the coolest shit ever. But I think they might be gone. All right. Man, you guys ready? Everyone in the comment section, please, once again, for the love of God, let us know what you think. Give us your opinions, your thoughts. And let's start, Dabby Cab. You ready?
Hell yeah. Let's get it, man. Let's get it.
Let's get it. God, I'm scared. I'm scared of every friggin' card, but no one's watching except for Tuesdays. LA and Baltimore. I don't know, man. LA won yesterday. Baltimore, obviously, a very impressive team and an organization in general. I haven't broken down my team numbers, but once again, Dabby Cab, I'm significantly worse than a coin flip in totals this year, but killing sides and overall still good enough to be up like 30 units or something. But it's all from sides, and a lot of that, a big chunk of that has come from betting on Baltimore. We got Silseth against Dean Kramer, and his last 2 starts have been excellent, but he's vulnerable. Hard to get a read on Silseth here. He wasn't good last year, only 8 innings this year. But my initial thought is got to be a Baltimore situation. Maybe Baltimore team total overs, like in Baltimore here at first glance. What do you think, Dabby Cab?
Yeah, so
Gerardo Hernandez, Orioles money line. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is an interesting one for me because I think if you force me to pick a side, like if I got a free bet on a side, I think I'd take Kramer in the Orioles here. He's got the 4-1 record for him. He pitched well for him last year. But I'm not going to be on a side in this game. And then also we look at Baltimore. They got one of the best home records in the American League. They're 14th this year in home runs in baseball, but it seems like they've got sneaky power. It seems like they get more out than that. Just one of those things. It seems like they get them at the right time. They're 8th in scored runs this year, while the Angels are just 26. And also this Angels team, I don't know. This is a team that's been rolling here. So this is why this is going to sound weird here. Kramer, if you look at his starts this season, his last 2 starts, you alluded to it, have been great. He gave up no runs against Tampa Bay in 6 innings, only 4 hits. And then he gave up 1 run against Atlanta in 6 hits, and only 6 hits in 6 innings, excuse me. So in the last 12 innings against 2 of the top teams, he's only given up 1 run, which is outstanding. But then you look at his starts as a whole. He's given up 4 or more runs in 5 out of his 8 starts. Okay. And that's why this is where this is going to seem a little interesting, saying that I went with the Orioles as a side. Mm-hmm. I like the Angels team total. I can get it at 4 minus 120 here. I think they at least get to 4. Whether or not they cross that 4 and get to 5, I don't know. But if this was a 5-4 game or a 6-5 game, it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. So I'm looking at the Angels team total over 4 minus 120 right here.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly can't disagree with that. The bullpens, yeah, the Angels have had kind of a vulnerable bullpen, all season long. Right now, I have them as sort of like slightly below average. But Baltimore's I have rated as top 10, knocking on the door of top 5. I don't see why Baltimore wouldn't be a play here. People in the comment section were liking, yeah. I mean, Chris Comatini talking about Kramer's, xERA. That's the weak spot for taking Baltimore here. Poker Addicted saying that he's the luckiest record in the game right now. Yeah.
Well, and I was going to say,
go ahead.
The ball was absolutely flying out of the park yesterday. Right. I mean, just flying out of the park. I was on Ohtani first 5 yesterday.
Very nice.
Cashed that, but it was 9-5, and I'm telling you, just both ways, the ball was just booming out of the park yesterday.
Yeah, and I'd be leaning over again. Is what you're kind of saying here, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And maybe the first 5 over or something like that. All right, listen, I'm gonna hopefully there won't be too much dead air. We're gonna try to keep a brisk pace, but I'm gonna pull the trigger on Baltimore -1. That makes some sense, right? People in the comment section agreeing with it. No reason to think that it's a negative EV play, unless there is. Anyone let me know. But it's plus 107 at Heritage, and I will make that an official play. Baltimore -1, plus 107. We'll make that official. And yeah, very likely overs and runs in one way or another. Maybe like both teams to score 3 or something like that. You know what I mean, Dabby Cab?
That sounds like a pretty good bet. I'm
just a little worried about the Angels, though. Yeah, I mean, but Kramer is vulnerable here. Let's see. Sometimes I hit that in the Mets game yesterday, and it was the Washington got 10. The Mets did get to 3, but it happened in the 9th inning, so I was sweating that out. But you sometimes can get nice odds. Let me see what were the odds of both teams to score 3 or more. Just thinking out loud. Yeah, -160. Yeah, those are deceptively. Those are tricky bets to make. Sometimes I do make them, but in this one, I'll hold off. I was just thinking out loud. And yeah, and then overs, right?
Yeah. Like I said, I like the Angels team total over 4. And I know that's weird because if you gave me a free side bet, I'd be on Baltimore. So I do like Baltimore as a side. I just think Baltimore wins this one in a shootout.
That's right. I agree with you. Probably. And we're still a fly ball pitcher. Yeah, I'm trying to think of this. Maybe I should just take a 9.5 or a first 3 over. Let me just quickly glance at the comment section. Now I'm remembering what shows are like when I'd have to host them myself, and I'd have my neuroses about making public picks and just like go on and on for 45 seconds, losing viewers. Laniel says Baltimore 22-12. Let's see. Baltimore's a serious team this year. Nolino says Baltimore pen even better at home. Yes, that's true. All right. I'm gonna do a let me see. Let me just quickly look at and Dabby Cab, you can see the comments, right?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, so if anyone, all right, you know what I'll do? Let's fucking do this. Whatever. I'm gonna drop down to 5 for the first 5 over, -134 at Pinnacle. We'll chuck that one on there as well. LA Angels, Baltimore, first 5 over 5 -134. We'll do that, and probably run in the first inning. Yes, is a decent play as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like both of those.
-140.
Our guy Seamus said, keep in mind that not playing the game is an option for us also. Yeah, that's true. I've been keeping my volume low. I got 3 bets so far today, and I might add, but if not, I'm cool with that.
No, but I feel all right. I mean, I'm up overall in baseball by a lot this year. It's just all from total. I mean, all from sides. I would love to take the let me see other. Yeah. Baltimore series. All right, let's move on. Dabby Cab, you ready?
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
All right, Washington and Miami. This is an interesting one. Washington, of course, again, won 10-3 yesterday in that day game. Normally, I'd kind of be leaning Washington as a dog here. Miami is obviously scuffling. The same thing happened to them last year, and they're also they're also kind of banged up as a team, so they're weakened as a team. Luzardo, not bad, but definitely not lights out. Fly ball pitcher, and Josiah Gray, very solid as well. Also kind of not lights out, but solid. All things being equal, I'd definitely be looking at Washington as a dog here. But after the big day game win, not sure I want to pull the trigger on it, but definitely leaning that way. And in general, I've been fading Miami recently and also looking at Washington as being under. I actually bet Washington as well yesterday as a dog with Corbin starting. Yes, I did. I'm not lying. I make a lot of horrible bets every day in sports betting, but that was one of my good ones. I like Washington as dog. I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger on him here, but what do you think, Dabby?
Well, I mean, you look at Gray, man. Gray has been outstanding. His first start against Atlanta, he gave up 7 hits and 5 runs. But since that first start, he hasn't given up more than 3 runs or gone less than 5 innings in any of his starts, which is outstanding. I know that, there's not a bunch of zeros across the boards. He threw up the 0 against the Mets, 5 games back. I know there's not a bunch of zeros across the board, but there is a bunch of 1s. There's a bunch of 2s. a whole bunch of quality starts. This guy is for real. Good. And you look at the other side. I don't know if I expect Luzardo to keep up the pace he's got. The Nationals, they've won 4 of their last 7 games and 3 of their last 4 road games. So they're playing well right now. Offensively, in recent road games, they've done well. They've scored 17 runs in their last 3 road games. So I don't really expect them to change here. Like I said, I think Luzardo might fall off a little bit. And with Miami having the 8th worst bullpen in the league, I think they're going to have a hard time slowing the Nationals down here. And also on top of that, the Marlins have lost 6 of their last 10 games and 5 of their last 6 home games. So, they're just in a complete slump here. I would look Washington. I'm not betting this game, but I agree with that side.
Yeah. Oh, and just some of the money stuff that I'm looking at, for the Baltimore game, the big majority of the tickets and the money on Baltimore, which makes a lot of sense, obviously, and the majority of the tickets and the money on the over as well, which also makes a lot of sense. No surprises there. For this one, a little bit more split. Looks like slightly bigger bets are coming in on the Nationals, but let me see where the line is if it's moved. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Sorry, I'm not used to hosting by myself. A 20-cent line move in favor of Miami. You all see that in the comment section? Dabby Cab, did you see that?
Wow.
On the overnight line, it was in the 130s. Now it's up to the 150s.
That's crazy. That makes me not like what I was about to say. Noli just threw in the under 7.5 in the chat there. I was about to say maybe Miami's team total under. But Miami, and this is weird to say, but of late, I guess the last 5 games or so, they've been hitting the ball a little bit better. So maybe the full game under instead of the team, like Noli said.
Huge shout out to people in the comments section helping him out. I'm seeing Mike M, Noli Knows, Remos, and Poker Addicted 79. God, thank God you're all there. Hell yeah. And Poker Addicted 79 says Gray better on the road. 2 seasons now. First 5 Nats with Gray has been a staple bet all year. I agree. That's how I was thinking. But Poker Addicted 79. Look at that fucking 20-cent move in favor of the Marlins. That is unexpected, put it that way, right? I was not expecting that. I was expecting this to be one of those games that closes relatively close to where it opens. So I'll hold off for now.
Yeah, that's really unexpected. I mean, you can probably get a decent number on the first 5 plus a half a run here with Gray. And I mean, if you think about what I just said, you take out that game against Atlanta, he hasn't given up more than 3 runs in any of his starts. So that's really giving you a low volatility range there for a plus half a run.
Yeah, and Luzardo should be okay. Maybe like a first 3 under or a first 5 under. That'd probably be like, sorry, we're gonna keep a brisk pace, please. And Dabby Cab, any comments that you see, let us know. Yeah, first 3 it's a standard 2.5, and the first 5 is 4 minus 125. But yeah, man, I'm really leaning towards a first 5 under here. Dabby Cab.
Yeah, I like that. Our guy, shout out to our guy, Ron Crawford, spreadsheet play of the day. He put that in there for us. He said it is Cleveland minus 114. Yes. I am on Cleveland first 5, so I like seeing that.
Man, under 4 minus 110. I really want to take that, but I'm going to hold off for night right now. All right, Dabby Cab?
Okay.
I do like Cleveland. That, that's how I was. Poker Addicted under 4.5 is minus 134 at FanDuel. Oh, I want to take that so bad, Dabby Cab. But I'm not gonna. All right, spreadsheet play of the day. Where is that? Spreadsheet play of the day. Yeah, Cleveland minus 114. Totally understandable. That line didn't make sense to me. You know what game I'm talking about, right? Bieber against Lynn, right?
Yep, that line confused the hell out of me too, and I didn't think too much into it. I just bet the first 5.
All right, I'm going to hold off. Shout out to Poker Addicted 79 for tempting me even more with that first 5 under, but we're going to move on. I think this is a decent show so far. All right, Pittsburgh, Detroit. You right, Dabby Cab? You ready, Dabby Cab?
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh off a win, but in general, of course, really slumping. We know that. Detroit, another one of these like Washington-esque teams that's definitely not a good team, but undervalued, and I would have been betting them more often than not this year and doing okay with them. Here we got, Luis Ortiz against Lorenzen, who has had 2 straight impressive starts. Still not getting strikeouts, though. Changeup is his big pitch. So he should be and he is capable of getting hit. Luis Ortiz, his first start, got good results, but he only got he also not getting strikeouts. He did get a little unlucky in that one. But, I'm looking at this and thinking, I guess I'm going to pass. I don't trust either of these starters really right now, so I don't want to take the team. I'd definitely be leaning Detroit. but and definitely leaning under, even though both starters I think are in for some likely regression in their next few starts relative to how they've done recently. Even though Lorenzen has been getting hit, got hit in 2 of his first 3 starts this year. I think I'm going to pass on this one. You got anything on this one, Dabby Cab?
Yeah, no, I'm going to be off this one too. Shout out to Justin. He said he just pulled up. Shout out to BJ. Shout out DC Capper. Man, this is both of these teams are trending obviously in the wrong direction right now. I think Detroit's, even with how hot the Pirates started, I think Detroit's probably the better team. And I know the Pirates are coming off their win over Baltimore on Sunday. But the thing is they've still dropped 11 of their last 13 games. I mean, that's as ice cold as it gets. After losing 11 of their last 13, it's just not a team I can get behind. And their 2 wins in that 11 and 13 stretch are games when Keller started on the mound. So both of them are. And he threw Sunday, so obviously he's not taking the hill here. This is just a Pirates team that I don't see things turning around. Lorenzen has been good against the Pirates in his career. So there's that. And the Tigers are at home here where they like to play better. So I give Detroit the advantage right here. I think they'll be able to rattle or tease a little bit at home. I like the Tigers right here.
All right. Yeah. And there has been, for what it's worth, a 10-cent move as of right now since the overnight line that I looked at in favor of Detroit, which makes sense to me. Let's a quick glance at the numbers here. Yeah, it looks like some of the bigger, possibly sharper bets on Pittsburgh as of right now. That's interesting. And then the total, about 50% all around, and nothing really on that. I have a feeling that Noli Knows kind of likes the under here. Kind of like a high total with maybe questionable starters. That feels like something that Noli Knows would be loving the under on, and he's probably dead on with that. Let's look at the yeah. There you go. Noli Knows says neither team can hit. Tempted to take the under, as am I. Here we go again. I'm not going to waste 30 seconds of airtime spazzing, freaking out about. Sorry, I used that right. It was a mistake. That was a mistake. Yeah, poker addicted looks like a good under spot with 2 middling offenses and decent but not light and not lights out pitching is my words. Yes, I agree. Under has got to be the play here, but I'm gonna hold off. And there you go, Billy Friedrich. I like the full game under in Pittsburgh, Detroit. Under is probably the play here. Not huge, but a little bit of value. Would you agree with that, Dabby Cab?
Yeah, I do like the under. I was thinking that whenever we first started talking about it. Not 2 pitchers that I'm excited about jumping behind an under with, but they're good enough, serviceable. And both. There you
go. Mike M says larger bets coming in on the over. Opened at 8.5. Now 9's out there. There you go. Oh man, this friggin' comment section. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, everyone. Dabby, you didn't tweet out anything, by the way, did you?
No, I haven't. I got 3 bets today. Angels team total over 4 is the first one. I'll get it tweeted out.
Right. I'm sorry. What was I have to write down all the what was your odds on that?
Team total over 4 minus 120.
Team total over 4 minus 120. Okay, yeah. Got it. That's an official play for you. All right, let's move on. Are we keeping the brisk pace? I think so. Maybe okay. Yankees, Toronto. All these friggin' games are so hard. You ready, Dabby Cab?
Let's get it.
The Yankees won game 1, of course. Herman, not lights out, but generally pretty good. Could get hit here, though. He faced Toronto once this year, got hit a bit. Gausman, 3 of his last 4 shutout starts, but got pounded at Boston 2 starts ago. And, of course, the Yankees are definitely hitting now. And Gausman could be vulnerable here. Toronto, a big favorite, which I guess does make sense, and the total is like 8.5, which is tempting to take on the under. But those 8.5s with decent starting pitching, they sneak over in so many different ways. I'm not sure I'd want to take a shot with that. Let's see if there's been any line movement since the overnight line on this one. I don't put as fine a point on it as Jimmy and some other people do. Not really. Maybe a teeny bit of a line movement in favor of the Yankees, which is how I was leaning. Even though the Yanks won game 1 and Gausman, I have him rated significantly better than Herman right now. At this line, this would be Yankees or pass for me as of right now. You got anything on this one, Dabby?
What you said was exactly it. I mean, I think the Blue Jays are the side, but it's just too much juice. Minus 172. There's no way. It's Yankees or pass here at this price. The Yankees are on the road where they've struggled. They're only 8-9 this season on the road, so they got a losing record on the road. They're only 2-5 in their last 7 road games. So, like I said, struggling on the road. Blue Jays have only lost 4 home games all season. Also, they're 8-2, so they're pretty dominant at home. Only 10 games, 8 wins. And like you said, he's just not somebody that I'm excited to get behind as a pitcher right now. So I can't really take the dog here. He's got the 4.11 career ERA against the Blue Jays here. So against the Blue Jays, he's a little above average, or I guess you could say a little above average also. Yeah, I think that the juice just priced us out of this game.
Or maybe not, because I have poker addicted. There you go. I'm looking to back Yankees here at this price. Looks like at least 30 cents of value. Dabby Cab this year at MLB. That's why I've been doing so well on sides. These big dogs where it's like, obviously they should be a dog, and any narrative you make for the game will point to the favorite, but the lines are just too high. And sometimes the favorite does lose, but then once in a while you're like, I don't know, Gausman was starting. Toronto's got a great lineup. How did the Yankees wind up winning again, second game in a row, 8-4? It just happened. You know what I mean? Definitely leaning Yankees here. Noli knows says Yankees 9 straight overs, and Lanil's ZZZ Yankees no run first inning. Go against it. It come through for you. Chili Dog Doyle. Shout out to Chili Dog Doyle. Hope you're doing well. Judge back in the lineup. I'll take the shot on plus money. Yeah. Bo Jackson says, how y'all capping like this? I don't know. Bo Jackson.
What does he mean?
What?
What does he mean? I
think he means like, how can you guys be this stupid? We're doing our best here, Bo Jackson. We're doing our best. I mean, I know I am. I'm doing my best here. You're like, Loshak, you got to be smarter than this. Not really. This is how I cap. How am I capping like this? This is just how I'm doing it. All right. Christopher Comatini says leaning Yankees first 5 or nothing. And Jorge Don't Play says I'm on the no-run first inning in this game. Yeah, I definitely I want to take Yankees, and I will have a bet on them. But I don't think I can give it publicly right now. But maybe I will at the end of the show. There's some plays that I definitely am liking. All right, you want to move on, Dabby Cab?
Yeah, absolutely.
Seattle, Boston. You ready? All right. Seattle won 10-1 yesterday. I was on that one. Bo Jackson. How did I cap that one so well? I don't know, but I did it. I was on Seattle first 5, cashed, -1, cashed. Team total over, looking a little bit iffy, but I was like, they can explode at any time. No runs after 4 innings, wound up scoring 10, cashed. And now they're a huge favorite against Boston, which, again, makes a lot of sense because it's Castillo against Pivetta, right? Pivetta is so vulnerable. I have definitely been fading him this year successfully. And Castillo, not great in his last 4 starts, reliable, but not lights out, but only a little bit worse than lights out. Probably going to be okay here, but probably will give up a few as well. And once again, based on my numbers, even though Seattle, is the kind of team that I like to bet when they go into Fenway offensively, the line I think is just too big. If you gave me a free play right now, I'd throw it on Boston. Like the other game, also leaning Seattle team total over, and leaning overs as well. Might be a total pass for me. It's just such a high line. I can't pull the trigger on Seattle here.
Yeah, this is one where I either get behind Seattle and Castillo in the first 5 and go ahead. And I've been one thing for me, and this is probably a little opposite of a lot of people, is I'll take that run line in the first 5 with the favorite. I'll do it. I do it a lot. And yeah, coming back to Bo, I mean, exact numbers right now for me, Pete. Like I said, my volume has been a lot lower, but I'm 29-14 my last 43 bets, and my volume has been extremely, extremely low. So 1 to 3 bets a day tops. But this is a spot where I look at backing Castillo or nothing. Red Sox, they're 0-4 in their last 4 games versus a right-handed starter. The Mariners are 4-0 their last 4 road games versus a right-handed starter. Seattle in this spot, 6-1 their last 7 road games. They're this is just, I think, a good spot for them. Boston is 1-5 in its last 6 overall, and 1-4 in its last 5 games with a total set here between 9 and 10. So I think this is a good spot for Seattle to win straight up. I don't know about laying a run line. Maybe you go for a -1 or you go for a first 5 because Seattle, they're scoring 4.6 runs per game, which is a little low. It's a little higher on the road, 4.7. So I don't know. I think this is Seattle spot or pass right here. Maybe Seattle first 5, maybe -1, but I'm not getting on it. Castillo is one of those guys, man, that I absolutely will not go against him. I just won't do it.
If the price is right, I'll do it. And I'll tell you what, Dabby Cab, there has been about a 10-cent move from the overnight line that I saw in favor of Boston. Let's quickly glance at the money here. I'm sure we'll see that the bigger bets have been coming in on Boston. Yeah, nothing crazy, but definitely bigger bets coming in on Boston as far as the total is concerned. Let's quickly glance at that. Looks like it's sort of mixed. Bigger bets coming in on the under, which is definitely interesting. Interesting to look at. Let's see what people in the comment section have to say. Noli, wow, look at that. Noli knows like in Seattle.
I was waiting
Mike
for you.
M. Well, I'm sorry?
I was waiting for him.
Mike M saying Seattle, a run line spot tonight. Wow. Okay. Look at
I
this.
agree with
Look
that.
at this. Let me see. Oh. We have some possible craziness and insanity. And, let's see what Jose Bouquett. Here you go. Jose Bouquett.
That's what they say. Craziness, insanity when I come around. I think this game's a tough one for the Sox. I'll be honest. They've been on a cold streak recently. They got swept by the Cardinals, lose last night against the Mariners. And it's kind of, they're a 500 ball club, like in every sense of the name. Like they'll get hot for a couple of days. And then they'll get cold for a couple of days. And it seems like we're in a cold streak right now. And I'll say this, the storyline, the narrative going into this game for Nick Pivetta is that this could be like his last start because there's 7 starters on this Red Sox team and obviously 5 spots. So Corey Kluber and Nick Pivetta are kind of the guys on the outside looking in. Pivetta's been kind of snippy with reporters recently too about this whole thing. So there's all of the motivation in the world for Nick Pivetta to pitch well here, but I just think he sucks. It's tough. I do think the Red Sox offense is definitely good enough to get runs off of Luis Castillo. I think they can hit really anyone in the league. They're one of the best 5 offenses in baseball. But it's just Nick Pivetta is just very scary to bet on. So I look for like a team total for the Sox, honestly.
It's so confusing to me, Jose, and I know you're not saying this, but when a pitcher, I guess not confusing. I think some people see a pitcher, they go out there and they have 1, 2, maybe even 3 games where they give up, 2 to 4 runs or something like that. And they're like, oh, this pitcher sucks. He's regressing now. Like, no. Okay. Getting through 6 innings and giving up 3 runs against a Major League Baseball team is still good. And you look at Castillo, I know he's struggled his last few starts. On the season, he's still got a 2.7 ERA with 52 strikeouts and 9 walks and a .99 whip. This guy is not bad, okay?
No. Oh, yeah. Wait, who said he was bad?
No, I'm not saying he's bad. Somebody said he's been bad lately in the chat. And I'm just saying this guy he's struggled. Okay, I get it. But that's baseball, man. I don't expect his struggles to continue.
Billy Friedrich says Pivetta is a gas can. Yes. Hone Miggins, I took Seattle first 5 money line -155. That's what I was thinking. Is that a huge trap? And what about just Seattle first 5 team total over 2.5? I think that might be something I'm going to pull the trigger on.
I like that look.
Yeah.
I like that look. Yesterday, I needed to double check and refresh the weather as well on these sites that we use. Yesterday, the wind was blowing out super heavy to center field. No runs came. Today it is the very same weather back. There's 12-mile-an-hour winds blowing out, gradually going down from 10 to 9 throughout the game. But yeah, I mean, the offensive weather as well, if it makes you feel better too.
All right, I'll throw that on as an official play to start. Seattle first 5 team total over 2.5, just -120. Current line at Heritage. Pinnacle has -121. If it loses, that's okay. I took a first 5 team total over at Fenway with Pivetta starting. Come on, that's defensible. Even if it loses, I think it's still a positive EV play. Reminds me of the Corbin team total over that I hit in the last show. Seattle first 5 team total over 2.5 -120. And yeah, I mean, the first 5 money line for Seattle is very tempting as well. But again, it's a high total, and it wouldn't be a shock if Boston unexpectedly gets to Castillo a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, good offense.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Let's get it back together again. All right, let's see. Yes, Hal. Shout out to Tone Miggins, Noli, my guy. Hoping the family. God, so happy to Noli knows is in the comment section here. AOD, shout out to you. Billy Friedrich adding Mariners first 5 team total over -130. I'm seeing -120 at Heritage, which is what I just took. All right, let's see. Anything else? And a lot of people giving props here. I'm not going to go over all of them because we got to keep a little bit of a brisk pace. Good joke from Smoke and Mirrors about Jose's hair. Won't read it.
Oh, what?
And yeah, I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I want to see it. If you're not going to read it, I want to read it.
The comment?
Yeah, I won't read it out loud though. I just want to see it.
No, it was just he just wants to know which way is Jose's hair leaning.
Oh,
It's a good way to cap the card.
Absolutely. On the Boston game. Where does Jose's hair lean on this Boston game? All right.
I think it leaned over.
Yeah. And definitely, let me see. On the money on this one, yeah. Kind of split. All right. I'll just stick to God, yeah, it's so tempting. Or like Seattle to score first or something like that. Run the first. All right, but let's move on. You ready, Dabby Cab?
let's get it.
This one, man, I don't know. Tampa Bay and the Mets. Oh, geez. You got Verlander starting. Last two starts were very good, but Tampa Bay is a team I don't like to bet against. And then on the other side, I believe it's Chirinos, right, as the primary. Is that correct? Let me see what we got here. Yes, Yanni Chirinos. And he's gotten good results, but horrific strikeout to walk numbers, right? Not giving up home runs, but 1 strikeout and 8 walks in 10 innings. Dabby Cab, if you were in college and you had those numbers, they would have sent you back to fucking high school.
Not good.
If you went 10 innings and 1 strikeout and 8 walks, and you would have been like, yeah, but I didn't give up any home runs and I didn't give up any runs. They'd be like, we don't give a shit. Get the fuck out of this dugout. And they would have been right.
I was told
Mets
to
are a
get
big
the fuck
favorite,
out of
though.
the dugout one time.
I mean, how many times are you going to see Tampa Bay as this big of a dog line? I don't know. I think I'm going to pass, but an interesting game to break down. Dabby Cab, what do you think?
Yeah, so you'll appreciate this. Worst outings was against Texas. And, I pitched bad, whatever. It happens. I didn't do very good. And I came back in the dugout. I thought I was trying to be a good team. I didn't want to be in there in the dugout. I was in a terrible mood. But I was trying to stay in there and, be positive. And my head coach comes up to me. He's like, I don't want to see your fucking face. Get the fuck out of my dugout. Why do you think none of the other pitchers are still in here? What in the fuck are you doing? Just
absolutely
screaming.
Absolutely. That's the baseball version of Mr. Miyagi doing the right things to you, even though it might not be apparent at the time why.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right?
Good.
And I know this is crazy, but I wanted to get behind Verlander in the first 5 here. I was with him last game on the run line in the first 5. I'm not going to do it just because it's Tampa Bay and everything that you kind of alluded to, because the Rays, they definitely have the better offense here. They do have the extra day of rest. Their bullpen's going to be in a good position here, which wouldn't really matter if I went first 5 here. But no team in baseball has hit the ball better on the road or been more consistent than the Rays this season. They've just been outstanding. So like I said, I know the Mets, they have appeal with Verlander on the mound for me, but they've as a team just been too inconsistent this season. And the last game when I backed him, I won 2-1. I don't think I'm going to win this one 2-1 if I back him. So I'm just going to stay off of this one.
Noli knows asking Pete, we need to know what is Verlander on. I don't know his entire stack, but I would bet anything that's his little dihydroboldenone in that stack. I know the dihydroboldenone stare, and he's got it. So he's probably on a nice, excellent stack with like 4 or 5
normal,
things. What'd you say?
He doesn't even look normal. Like it's like when you look at him, it's like his body wants to be old, but it looks like a 28-year-old. Like it makes no sense.
I mean, there might be some injectable Winnie thrown in there, probably some HGH. I don't know, some, but definitely some dihydroboldenone. Hell yeah, that's at least one. I wish we could bet on this, on what are in the stacks of some of these 45-year-old lights out starting pitchers in the major leagues. All right. BJ says it's I don't know, man. Damn it. Tampa Bay is obviously the side at this line. Obviously, Dabby Cab. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Which is why it bothers me. Anytime something's obvious, it makes me want to go with my initial gut thought on that first 5 with the Mets. Because when things are obvious, sometimes they're not. I don't know. Sometimes we overthink them, though. You're right.
Wow, Dabby Cab breaking it down in today's show. When things are obvious, sometimes they're not. Absolutely. Let's see. No line movement as of right now, but from what I'm seeing, definitely some of the bigger bets coming in on Tampa Bay. And the total is, wow. Big bets coming in on the under. Most of the money is on the under, which I guess makes sense, right? Do we trust the Tampa Bay pitching against the Mets lineup here?
I do. That's what's keeping me off is the Mets lineup. That's what's keeping me off here is the Mets lineup. So I think maybe the under is a good look. Even though you're going against a team that I don't have it in front of me, but they're hitting like 295 on the road as a team, Tampa Bay is. But yeah, I mean, I think the under is still probably the look.
Vitalis, shout out. Vitalis says, I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but the Rays away in first 5 is crazy. Yeah, because they're usually getting a dog line and planning for that part of the game. And there you go. Billy Friedrich likes the Mets team total under 4.5. Now, if you like the Mets team total under, God, why wouldn't you like the under and the Tampa Bay money line even more? Like way more. Dabby?
So there's a question: if he likes the Mets team total under, why wouldn't I like it?
Yeah,
I do. I like the first 5 under here. Actually, I like the first 5 under, especially if you can get the 4.5 on it. Like I said, it's hard. I guess I'm a little bit square when it comes to this. If I can't go with what I want, I don't bet the game. I let it go. And what I want to do is, so I back Scherzer and I back Verlander, both their last 2 starts. They both cast for me because the Mets have been terrible. So it's like, oh, why are you getting behind the Mets? Well, because I like to get behind these 2 ace veterans, these 2 old guys who I know are going to give me a solid, 5, 6, 7 innings with only 2 runs. And they're cashing right now. So what I want to happen is I want the Mets to keep losing so I can keep betting these 2 pitchers.
Yeah. Poker Addicted saying now Verlander has Scherzer face right now. Yeah, you can tell. And they're always like, I'm natty. No, I'm natty. I'm natty. It's you got to eat right. You got to eat right. Yeah, okay. You got Scherzer face, pal. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, the Yankees in a damn market move. God damn it. All right, I'm going to hold off. Tampa Bay's got to be the right side here, though, Dabby Cab.
Think so.
I'm going to hold off for now, though. All right, you want to move on? Dabby?
Yeah, let's get it. Let's move on.
Okay.
I'm just sitting here thinking. I mean, I agree. I saw something Seamus put in the chat. I think it was Seamus. He said he feels like if he took the Yankees and the Rays here at both plus money, at least one of them or both of them wins. Yeah, I mean, I get that.
That's what I've been doing all season long with exactly these types of games, Dabby, and I will probably have bets on both of the Tampa Bay here as well. Shout out to Nutflush Allen in the comments section. All right, let's. I might add on a bunch of official plays at the end of the show, but let's move on. Milwaukee and St. Louis. Man, St. Louis, did they turn it around or what? Everyone was talking in the early months or the early weeks of the season. When, if ever, is St. Louis going to turn it around? They obviously should have been at least a little bit better, if not significantly better. And over the past 10 days or so, they have displayed that kind of performance on the field. 18-1 win yesterday. But here we have Wade Miley and Jordan Montgomery, both pitchers who have been pitching very well this year, both coming off of bad starts, both probably locked down here to not get hit again. And I was thinking at least maybe a first 5 and or first 3 under. Don't really want to take a no run in the first inning, although that's probably decent as well. Is there any reason to believe that Wade Miley might just be vulnerable going forward, and that his early start to the year was a little bit of a mirage or something that he won't be able to maintain for weeks on end?
I would be cautious about that because I kind of felt like that about him early on in the season. Right. His first game, he pitched the shutout, then came back against Arizona, gave up 3, then pitched a shutout against San Diego, but that was when San Diego couldn't buy a run. And then his last game, like you said, he gave up the 7. I don't know. I'm out with Wade Miley right now. It's tough for me to say if he's going to get it back right or if this is just going to be his news. But one thing that's probably a lot of people are seeing is how hot the Cardinals are. Like you said, Brewers are too. They've won 5 of their last 7 games. They're playing well offensively. They've scored at least 5 runs in 4 of their last 7 games. I expect them to continue to play well offensively here in this game because, like you said, Montgomery has struggled on the mound this season, especially at home. He's given up 14 runs in just 4 starts at home. He gave up the 6 runs in his last home start against the Brewers last time when he played them. I just think he's going to have a hard time slowing the Brewers down. So, I think even with how hot the Cardinals are, I think this could be a Brewers spot here.
With the line, that's where I'd be leaning as well. Tone Miggins likes Bieber over K's and the Cleveland money line. Yeah, we will get to that game, but that is has obviousness / suspicious lines written all over it. Once again, Dabby Cab, yes, I'm leaning Milwaukee here at the current line. Let's see what the line movement has been. When I looked at it, St. Louis was around minus 170, and now we got what do we got here? Where are they? What do we got? Yeah, almost imperceptible movement in favor of St. Louis. Basically nothing there, and a low total that also has not gotten bet up or moved much. Jordan Montgomery, I think, is kind of real dealish, right?
Yeah, he is. He's got good stuff. He should figure it out.
All right. I'm going to hold off on this one, but once again, I will probably have a bet on Milwaukee at plus 160. That is just too tempting. Those are the kinds of bets that I've been making all season long and having success with them. And of course, when you have a big dog line like that on paper and looking at the narrative, it looks like, questionable, which is why it's such a big dog. But I will hold off for now. Let's look at the comments section here. BJ says 6-zip Cardinals win. Joe Yurkovich says Cards versus lefties at home was a big thing last year. Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to fade. Whenever teams like underachieve significantly, either at a certain point in the season, especially in the beginning of the season, and then they turn it around, I like to bet into that until, like a stud team off a huge win, I might look to fade them the next game. But a team that has just been underachieving and then suddenly is stringing together a few wins, I don't fade them the next game after a big win like that. So, so it's tough. Let's look at, Billy Friedrich says Goldie over 1.5 total bases. He kills Miley historically. It does feel like Miley is going to be vulnerable going forward.
Yeah. Maybe a first 5 over in this game, the more we talk about it.
Yeah. Poker Addicted says Card should be a slight fave here. The Spurred, especially Milwaukee's recent form. Another line. Yes, absolutely. Poker Addicted. I agree completely. Cardinals should be a favorite here. I like Montgomery. I would even say more than slight favorite here. I think they should be a solid favorite. But I think this line is too high for sure, and I'm almost certainly going to have a bet on Milwaukee at the current line. All right, let's just look at comments here. Just comments here. Let's see. Mike. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
BJ wants. He said, Pete, check Montgomery's recent start against his only start against the Brewers was in Milwaukee this year. I think he went 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs, and then his start last year. Against them wasn't so good. But this year, his only start against them, 7 innings, only 3 hits.
Yeah, no, Montgomery going forward long term, obviously, I think he's the real deal. Wade Miley might even be on the auto fade list at some point this year. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out, because after his start, if he starts stringing a few bad starts in a row, they're not going to yank him. You know what I'm saying? Dabby Cab, they'll leave him in there to get Corbin-style crush for like 10 games in a row before they yank him. You know what I mean?
Right.
I could see that. That might be a very prophetic thing that I just said here. Let's see. Comments coming. All right. I'm gonna have a bet on Milwaukee, but I'm not gonna give it as an official play, at least as of right now. Let's move on. You ready, Dabby Cab?
Let's get it.
All right. Atlanta, Texas. This is head scratching to me, Dabby Cab. Jared Schuster is the starter for Atlanta. Has not been good, majors or minors. Dane Dunning, starter for Texas, actually been good this year. Don't quite understand this line. Texas as a small dog. I wanted to hear what you guys had to say about this one, but yeah, Atlanta, of course, 112 zip yesterday, and let's see where this line has moved. Where I looked at it, it was like plus 105-ish, and now so a small move in favor of Texas. Now they're right around even money or minus 105 or so, but don't like the spot for Schuster. I'm thinking Texas team total over, maybe Texas -1, maybe all that shit. Schuster has not gotten it done, majors or minors, really, has he?
No, and I might join you on that Texas team total here. I wanted the first 5 over. That fucking number is 5.5 right now. I thought I could get a 5 or a 4.5. It's 5.5, and I still kind of want it. But instead, what I think I might go with is the Rangers team total here, especially, after getting goose-egged yesterday, beat 12-0. My only thing with Dunning here is he was originally slated to start on Monday. He was supposed to start yesterday, and they pushed him today. This will be his 11th appearance this year, but it's the first start of the season. He is 3-0 with a 1.72 ERA and a 0.86 WHIP. 7 walks on 19 strikeouts over 31.1 innings of work this season. He's done good. He did earn the road win against the Mariners on Wednesday. He threw 6 innings, allowing 2 runs, 6 hits. With 1 walk and 5 strikeouts in that game, and the Rangers won 4-3. He does have 1 career start here against the Braves in his career outing. It was at home on April 30th in 2022. He threw 7.2 innings, allowed 1 run, 4 hits with no walks and 7 strikeouts in a 3-1 Texas win. Dunning has been solid. Dunning's thing for me is I like him out of the bullpen, and I think he likes him out of the bullpen. I think the Rangers like him out of the bullpen, but I think we were all hoping that DeGrom was going to stay healthy, but we saw what all that hope got us because we all knew that he wasn't going to stay healthy. You got to remember, Pete, I'm I'm not a fan of anybody, but if I'm close to being a fan, it would be the Rangers. They're my home team. They're the team that I go watch when I go watch a baseball game. I want the Rangers to win. It pisses me off that he's already hurt. I think the Rangers team total is a good look right here. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, the Rangers are okay. So I'm going to make 2 plays official right now. Anyone in the comments section, if you agree, disagree, just let me know. Rangers first 5 team total over 2.5 minus 105. Dabby Cab. This dude, it couldn't get it done in the minors or in the majors. Now he's going up against one of the stronger lineups in baseball, and you got a first 5 team total over 2.5 minus 105. Why would that be?
I don't know. I like that line a lot. I mean, I guess maybe they're thinking maybe the Rangers have a little hangover from yesterday, but who is it here in the chat? I think it was Joe. Shout out Joe Yurkovich. He said they did have 10 singles, 1 walk with no runs yesterday. So if they had 10 singles, they were just having some bad luck yesterday. They're still hitting the ball, just not hitting any extra base hits and hitting it, right at people at the wrong time, maybe getting 2 out singles. But 10 hits is still a good day at the plate. I like that bet, Pete.
I'm going to take Texas first 5 team total over 2.5 minus 105. That's at many places. I'll also throw on Texas -1 plus 135. Texas -1 plus 135. That's the current line of Pinnacle. I might triple up on this shit, Dabby Cab, and maybe add on just the Texas full game team total over as well, which is 405 minus 4.5 minus 110, which is
wait, it is 4.5
minus 110.
I was showing a 5.5 last night. Maybe I was looking at the wrong thing. I like that 4.5. I'm going to be on that also, Pete.
4.5 minus 110. Let's see what Caesars is hanging here. Maybe I could make a mathematically stupid but psychologically necessary adjustment down to 4. Let's see. So Caesars would have 4 minus 162. Yeah, if I took that instead of 4.5 minus 110, mathematically that would be extremely stupid, but psychologically it would be very soothing.
Oh, it was the first 5. That's what it was. That was at 5.5. That was frustrating me.
Yeah.
I wanted the first 5 over, but that's sitting at 5.5. I wanted it 4.5 or 5.
All right, I'm not going to double up because if they don't hit the first 5 team total over, I'm not going to want a full game as well. I'm just going to take 2 plays. Texas -1 plus 135. First 5 team total over 2.5 minus 105. Let's look at the comment section and see. Let's look at the money just for the hell of it. I feel like I've skipped a few games with the money stuff, but where the hell is Texas? Where the hell is this game? Let me just look at it. Where the hell is this game? Texas. All right, yeah. Everything on Texas. Big bets coming. Not everything. The bigger bets coming in on Texas. Sharper bets coming in on Texas. Supposedly, 40. About half of the tickets and about 80+% of the cash on Texas makes a lot of sense. And then the total. Let's see. What do we got here? Kind of not that much action so far. So nothing really on the total as of right now. All right, let's look at the comment section and then we'll move on. Let's see. Jake Burns says this card sucks. Honestly, I disagree. I think it sucks a lot less than some other cards where I'm coming in. I'm like, I don't have anything that I'm liking. There's a few things I'm liking here. Let's see. Look at the. Yes, Saturday it says no, mathematically stupid, psychologically soothing. In other words, taking the 4 at minus 162 instead of 4.5 minus 110 is just massively stupid mathematically. But as the game starts, I'm like, all I need is 4 for a push. All I need is 4 for a push. So sometimes I do that.
I do that. You know what I'm saying? Too,
shout out to Cover Kings. All right, let's see. What else do we got here? Let's see. John Garcia saying, can this be a beginning of a slump for Texas? I don't think so, but that's a good question. Dabby Cab, you follow this team pretty closely. What do you think? Can this be a beginning of a slump for Texas? My tentative answer to that would be no.
I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I read that comment before you, it hit my gut the wrong way. Because I kind of been expecting a slump for Texas coming sooner. I figured they would have started slumping by now, and they just haven't. That being said, they had 4 games against the A's, which, their last 4 games were against the A's, so that's not a team that you're going to start slumping against. It could be. I like to believe that maybe this Rangers lineup is a real deal this year. I think they've got some good hitters at the plate. I think they've got they spread their lineup. They spread their lineup out well. Their pitching is what scares me. It's always what scares me with Texas.
Yeah, and Jared Schuster looks vulnerable, right? Is there something I'm not seeing? Have you guys looked into him? Is there any reason to believe that he'll be good?
He does, absolutely. I think, and again, for the people saying they don't fade the Braves' first 5, this could easily be the Braves 5, the Rangers 10 at the end of 5 innings. Or the Braves 5, the Rangers 3 at the end of 5 innings, and you still cash. Texas can lose and still cash your bet.
And run in the first inning, yes. probably going to be something I'm on. And Joe Yurkovich says, Pete, you like Texas F3? Yes, that kind of slipped my mind, but I kind of do. Maybe I'll dump on another play here. Bo Jackson, if you're still watching, look at this shit I'm doing. Minus 115. Yeah. All right. I will take that one on there. I will add that one on. Thank you, Joe Yurkovich. Reading Texas, first 3, minus 115. Money line, current line at Caesars. All right. We'll see how this shakes out. Let's move on, Dabby Cab. You ready?
Let's get it.
Oh, boy. This is going to be a pass for me, I guess. Cubs, Houston. Houston, of course, game one. Cubs have not been good overall last few weeks. Their leadoff hitter, when he got injured, people were in the comments section were suggesting that was a big loss for them, similar to like a Tim Anderson with the White Sox kind of deal. And they have definitely been struggling last few weeks. Houston also, a little bit underachieving with their lineup. And so now we've got 2 interesting starting pitchers. Steele, of course, overall has been excellent. Last start, though, was his least good start of the season. Houston might be a little bit of a tougher lineup for him here. And then Christian Javier, good, not great, but very reliable. I think both starters will have decent starts here and not lights out, but probably decent, and probably first 5 and full game under has a little bit of value, but I'm almost certainly going to pass here. What do you think, Dabby Cab?
Yeah, this is Justin Steele's kind of like Chicago's win day. Like as a Chicago fan, you got to look at it like that at this point. It's like, oh, he's on the mound. This is our day that we can win, right? Yeah. And he's going to be facing an offense that they haven't put things together at home. Like you said, losing Altuve at the top of the lineup. It's more than just average with Altuve. He's a leader. He's a presence in the lineup. It's not about his average. He leads the whole team. Christian Javier has been solid. I don't expect him to do anything else but be solid here. And the Cubs have struggled a little bit offensively recently. But I think that Javier is going to get outdueled by Steele here, especially at this price. It'll just be on the Cubs bullpen to shut this thing down. I think they can do that. I'd probably look at the Cubs first 5 here if I was to make a bet on this game. I don't see any reason why at this price, if you could either take the money line and get the plus money, or you could probably get like a minus 110 at plus half a run with the Cubs, which I know a lot of people just go straight for the plus money, which I get it. I have no problem with the half a run at minus 110. If you're going to give me a half a run, that's huge. You're telling me I can get out of it, tied 2-2 or tied 3-3, and I get the win. I like that.
I'm thinking about the first 5 under, even though it's 4 minus 110. Javier should be solid again, right? Steele should be decent, right? No? Yep. I'm looking at this. Oh, Mike M says, hip to be square. Play of the day, Houston and San Diego. Wow, Mike M liking Houston that much.
Rocco said he's on. Yeah, I'm shocked. I would think more people would be looking at the Cubs here. But yeah, the Cubs are trending in the exact wrong direction right now. So I get it.
Chris Comatini says Steele at almost plus 150. Jeez. Saturated. I like that first 5 under or Cubs first 5. All right. I will. I'm looking at this.
The Cubs team total. And I know that's completely opposite of what everybody else is saying, but man, Javier's not we keep saying it. He's good. He's solid, but I see him as somebody who gives up 2 to 3 runs pretty much every start. And if you're going to get 2 or 3 runs off him, you think they can get 2 or 3 off the bullpen?
I don't know. You're going to need 3.5.
I don't know. I kind of like that Cubs team total. I'm not going to bet it yet, but I might get there.
I have the Houston bullpen as solidly top 5, Dabby Cab.
They're very good. Very good.
I have Houston bullpen as solidly top 5, and I have Cubs bullpen as significantly subpar.
Which is why I was looking at the first 5 if I was going to bet the Cubs. But a team total still, I don't know. At 3.5, I kind of like it, especially because I see Javier giving up 2 or 3 runs. I just do. All
right. Again, I'm gonna dump this on as an official play. I'm gonna take the first 5 under 4 minus 110. Here we go. Cubs, Houston, first 5 under 4 minus 110. That's the current line at Heritage right now. Pinnacle has minus 116, which is a little bit nice to see. You might be able to find a minus 105 somewhere, but I'll take the minus 110 at Heritage. First 5 under 4. If they put up 5 against these 2 starters, good for them. Great, good for them. I'm going to I'll eat the loss. I think that's worth a shot. As far as the money is concerned, bigger bets clearly coming in on the Cubs as of right now, and the bigger and sharper bets definitely on the under. definitely on the under, and the under has gone down a bit. There were some 8s when it opened, and now it's headed down. All right, so I think that's a decent way to look at it. Let's quickly glance the comment section, then move on. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. Looking at these comment sections. Look at the comment section. Let me see. Mike M. Yeah. The cash and line is moving against Chicago. I think this is a Houston spot, Dabby Cab.
You think
full
so?
Game, not first 5. Full game.
Full game. Yeah, I can see that full game. But minus 161 going against Steele seems like a price to lay against a pretty damn good pitcher.
Yeah. Wow, Sharon Pulliam over first 5. Okay. Joe Yurkovich says total is low. All right, it might lose, but I will stick with it. Let's move on, Dabby Cab. You ready?
Yeah, yep. I like this next one.
Okay, here we go. This is the game everyone's been talking about. Cleveland White Sox. You got Bieber on the mound, reliable and good. Very similar to Javier, in fact. Probably a little bit better than Javier. I haven't rated as better than Javier, but similar in his consistency. Low volatility, which can be very good in spots in betting. And Lance Lynn, still getting hit, still vulnerable. Just kind of giving up 4 or 5 to everyone right now, it seems. And, Cleveland's offense is one of the weaker ones in the league, not really hitting. But, I got to think that at this line, Cleveland first 5 or first 3 or both it's possible that Lance Lynn will come in and suddenly have his best start of the season. But it's a low line, a suspiciously low line. But it is the Ron Crawford spreadsheet play of the day, Cleveland to minus 114. It is something Tone Miggins is looking at. Also, the Bieber strikeouts, he likes over 5.5 at plus 122. He likes Cleveland money line. And just super obvious here to take Cleveland. Why we not like it? Let's look at the comment section. Yes, Billy Friedrich says this line is fishy. It absolutely is. Beefy bets. Lance Lynn will record a W tonight. Okay. Rick J likes Cleveland first 5. Whoa. And okay, BV Bet says White Sox money line. Robert Franklin Cleveland money line. Billy Friedrich, White Sox are 1-7 straight up in Lynn's start this season. I mean, Lynn's just been terrible. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bet this one, Pete. I got the Guardians first 5. I'm on Cleveland first 5. I know the line does look fishy. It does. I could be wrong, but I'm not going to pass it. White Sox are 1-4. Their last 5 games versus a right-hander, and they're 1-5 their last 6 home games versus a team with a losing record. They don't even play good against worse teams. Right. I think Cleveland right here is a good bet. First 5, I think they're a good bet. Full game also. They're facing Lynn, like we've talked about, who's just been awful in his last few starts. We're not talking about somebody who's got a 7 ERA because they had a game where they gave up 12 runs. This guy consistently has given up 4, 5, 7, 3 runs every single start. His last start against Kansas City just got absolutely shelled. And Cleveland, they're coming off a series win at Anaheim, and they're going to have their ace off the mound. You're coming off a series win. You've got your ace on the mound. That's the recipe for momentum, and that's why I like Cleveland here. Bieber's been reliable. He's been as good as it gets to be reliable this year. He's surrendered 3 or fewer runs in all of his starts. Even if he does give up 3, I still think we get that first 5 against Lance Lynn. And on top of that, I'm not having to lay a run line. I've got the money line with it. I don't want to push, but you're telling me there's the possibility of that too. Yeah, I can't pass it. So maybe it's bait. Maybe I signed up and put the hook right in my mouth. I don't care. I got the Guardians first 5 right here.
It does feel like, I'm looking at Heritage right now. The line, first 5 line is minus 115. I know some people at Heritage. It does feel like they're going to be like, give me the list of all our clients who bet Cleveland first 5. And then they're going to be like, this is the suckers list of our clients, of our players. This is the suckers list. Let's offer these guys, no limits and, 100% reload bonuses, whatever the hell they want. Everyone on this list, if they call up, just say yes to anything. Give them whatever the fuck they want. Just don't lose them as players at our sports book. I bet you anything. That's what fucking Heritage is doing here. Minus 115. And I'll join that list. Cleveland Guardians, first 5 innings money line, minus 115 current line Heritage. How about that?
I love it. I love how that's how it ended.
But that's the thing. When line is this low, all right, so it turns out maybe I'm like super, super wrong. I lose a unit and 1.15 units. If it loses, okay.
Exactly.
I'm not fucking hemorrhaging units here, right?
Yeah, because when Cleveland bashes Lance Lynn and we don't bet it, we're gonna sit there. We're gonna feel like idiots. So it's like, I'll take the chance. I'll take the bait here. It's okay. We cap this every day. So yeah, we're where we want.
Christopher Comatini joining the suckers list. Great to have you, Christopher Comatini. Welcome. Dabby Cab, can I interest you in publicly joining the suckers list and taking Cleveland first 5?
Yeah, I'm on Cleveland first 5 here with you. I got Cleveland first 5
officially.
Yeah, officially. Yeah.
Is that your second official play?
Yes, that's my second official play. Yep.
All right, so I'll give you the Heritage line as well. Money line -115. But no, this couldn't be the suckers list. This is fucking Ron Crawford's spreadsheet play of the day.
Exactly.
All right. I feel much better about it right now. All right. Cleveland. Actually, is that asshole Jose Bouquett around anywhere? Hey, jump in here for a sec, Jose Bouquett. This is the most interesting game of the day. You think this would be honest here now? We do a lot of joking in this show, and a lot of comments that are like 3/4 jokes, 1/4 joke. No jokes this right now, Jose Bouquett. You think this is like a sucker play, taking Cleveland first 5 or full game?
Yep. I think it's a trap. I'm staying off of it because I think it's a trap. Cleveland's not hitting anyone. 27th best against righties this year. Last 2 weeks, second to last, 58 weighted runs created plus.
Yeah. No, their offense is bad. Not good.
Yeah, I'm not on it. I wrote down last night the same thing as everyone else. -1 team total over first 5. Hoping that when I woke up, it would be like -150 and be like, all right, at least it's moved that way. The markets are scared. But no fear. No, thank you. I pass this game. I think Lance Lynn puts on his big boy pants and figures his shit out here against a shitty guard.
This is baseball, man. Look, I got to say this for all the people that are saying sucker bet and all this stuff. This is fucking baseball. Like there's not some angle that we're missing about, some like an offensive line that's going to tear up a D line or something here. There's not a player that's going to put up 55 points that we're missing. Like, this is baseball. I get it. The Guardians could lose, but I don't give a shit. Even if they do, I'd take the same line again tomorrow. You got to take the line that's right. It's baseball.
Yeah. Wow. Jose Bouquett, thank you so much for jumping in and giving that opinion. Can't disagree with it.
No problem. Heritage sent me, so they told me to tell you guys that you guys were suckers. So sorry.
Rick J says Bieber not going to pitch 9 innings. Yeah, we're not asking him to. We're asking him to pitch 5 on this first 5. Let's see. Any comments here? Coming comments. Let's see. Oh shit, is Big Ragu in here? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Shout out to Big Ragu. Yeah. Oh shit, Dabby Cab. Big Ragu says take Lynn and thank me tomorrow on the show.
I mean, I see it. I see a whole bunch of cappers who I respect on the other side. I'm on Cleveland.
Yeah.
And I'd do it again tomorrow. Like Sharon said, I can respectfully disagree with people. And it's one bet over hundreds that we're going to make this year.
Sharon Pulliam says they're not hitting. Who bashing anybody on Cleveland? They're getting 0 run support, in my opinion. Yeah, sure.
Well, Kansas City's not really hitting either, and they put up 7 last time against Lynn.
Andrew G has joined the sucker list. He's going to take the Guardians. Welcome, Andrew G. Welcome to the sucker list. Robert Franklin joining the sucker list with all of us on Cleveland moneyline. White Sox bullpen is trash. All right.
All I got to say is for the people who want White Sox, I would just take the over. Like, if you think the White Sox are the side, just go with the over. Like, because what do you think? Lynn's going to go out there and have a dazzling 9 innings, or 5 innings or 6 innings?
Unreal. Fact, this has been a great breakdown here with everyone, and I will and let's move on. BJ recommending me stay off. Pete, yeah, it might be the case, but maybe I'll cash all 3 of the Texas bets and then lose this one, and okay, I'm only up 1.85 units. All right, let's move on. Dabby Cab, you ready?
Yes, sir. Let's get it, man.
Cincinnati, Colorado. Here we go again. Another guy, Brandon Williamson, starting for Cincinnati, and was not good overall at AAA this year. Last year, I mean, he wasn't horrific, but nothing special. Now they're bringing him up and throwing him into Colorado. You got Chase Anderson starting for Colorado. Wait a minute. Oh shit, I forgot the money to look at the money for the Cleveland game. Let me just quickly glance at that. All right, Dabby Cab.
Let's get it. Yeah, find that.
Yeah, the money. Yeah, yeah. You know, like 85% of the tickets and almost 100% of the cash on the Guardians. I mean, that's exactly what I wish we could have just bet that number and then we would have cashed easily. And wow, everything on the over. Yeah, the over might be the play here, Dabby Cab.
On this one right here that we're looking at?
No, sorry, on Guardians White Sox.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
After everything, taking it into account, like, you know, some of the heavy hitter OGs like Ragu are on the other side. After taking in the chat, taking in what we said, over is kind of what stood out to me.
Have them in the cappers, Dabby Cab. All right, let's move on. So again, to this Cincinnati Colorado game. I was on Colorado yesterday. Once again, I make a lot of terrible bets and calls in baseball. I tend not to admit them after the fact. I tend to strongly weigh my my after the fact revelations to the ones that are winners. I did have Colorado though. That is true yesterday, and now Brandon Williamson. This guy is just now. Coors is such a wild card situation. You see all kinds of like auto fade list guys going on the road into Colorado and suddenly having like a great start out of nowhere. So you look at this guy who just has really been struggling in the minors. Now he's coming up, starting at Coors. Would not at all shock me if he goes like 6 innings, 2 runs here. But another fishy line, a weird line. Chase Anderson has pitched very little this year, only 5 innings, good so far. And Colorado's a small favorite. What do you think, Dabby Cab?
This is probably the hardest game on the card to cap right here. Cincinnati's not good against National League West teams. I know that's a random stat to have, but they've lost 36 of their 52 games played here. Cincinnati's pitching staff has an ERA of 4.9, which is 26th in baseball, and opposing hitters are hitting a 275 off of them. And I don't think Williamson is going to come in here and, fix that for them. I think that obviously the over would be a look here at 12.5. That's a ton of runs. I'm not going to lay that kind of number, but I would look over. I can't even give you a lean on a side here, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah. I mean, Chili Dog Doyle says runs in Colorado. That's definitely a note that I had here. And Christopher Comatini high total here, but 2 very vulnerable pitchers. And yeah, I mean the first 5 team total for Colorado, it will be 3.5. Let's see what the actual odds are. Let's find it. 3.5. Yeah, minus 105. Let's see if there's been any movement on the overnight line. I first saw in the low minus 120s, and no movement at all according to what I look at for this line. There was no overnight line on it. There was a morning line. Let's quickly look at the money here. Really nothing. I mean, the slightly bigger bets coming in on the Rockies, the majority of the tickets and the majority of the money coming in on the Rockies as of right now. That's not a shock. And the total is exactly what you would think, about 75% of the tickets and almost all the cash coming in on the over. And the over, the total has gotten bumped up from 12 to 12.5. Maybe Colorado first 5 team total over is just a no-brainer play. I don't know. This is weird, right, Dabby Cab?
Yeah, this game is you said it. The total's where it should be. The line's where it should be. The book's got it right, so it's not something that I got to bet.
Right. Yeah. And let's look at the weather in Coors. What are we seeing here? I'm seeing it's like 70 degrees, small wind out. Man. Is there any way this guy Brandon Williamson comes in here and doesn't give up 4 runs before he's yanked? Sure, there's a way, but is that a 50% proposition?
He's the kid from TCU, I think, isn't he? God, I don't know. Sorry, I have to figure that out now.
No, that's okay. I don't know where he went to college. In the meantime, I'm going to look at Chris Comatini talking about that. You know who probably, I bet you, has a little bit of general knowledge. He might not, but you know who might have a little bit of knowledge about Brandon Williamson is our own Jose Bouquett. Hey, Jose Bouquett. I'm sorry we're leaning on you so much here, pal, but I have a feeling you glanced into what this guy's deal is, Brandon Williamson. What do you think, Jose? You got anything on him?
I don't know dick shit about Brandon Williams, actually. This is the one game when I looked at it, I was like, I want fucking nothing to do with this game. I can tell you his last couple of appearances in the minor leagues here. Last one was a good one, probably the one that got him promoted. 5 2/3, 6 hits, 1 earned run. Last before that one, 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, and both of those were coming off of start where he got fucking crushed for
Right.
only got 1 1/3 innings pitched, 8 earned runs, and before that went 3 2/3, 6 earned runs. So he got crushed those 2 times and has seemingly figured out his shit. Do I really want to back a pitcher that has never been at Coors Field, never had that altitude? Not really, but this total is astronomical. And shout out to you, Pete. I've been quoting you a lot recently.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, you're a philosophizer.
and of sorts, absolutely.
Of sorts.
I think very deeply.
Of course, and I've been telling people on my show when we get these high totals, just take the -1.5, whichever side you think is going to win. Shots to the Coors Field fade. I did it with not the Nationals, the Rockies and the Phillies game the other day with Noel on the bump. Me and Dave took first 5. I took full game -1.5. It cashed pretty comfortably as well. So just another reminder: if you're going to think the Reds are going to win this game, just take the -1.5. 12.5 runs here. I do lean towards the under, but yeah, I had nothing on Brandon Williams, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times there's, the higher totals often come with higher volatility. Not always, but often so. All right, this is iffy. I might get burned by it, but I'm going to take Colorado Rockies first 5 team total over 3.5 -105. Current line at Heritage. First 5 team total over 3.5 -105. I know that Colorado doesn't have the strongest lineup, but a guy like this who has a history of getting crushed, especially coming off of a few decent starts in the minors. He might have it figured out. All right, I'd like to see it, and if it does, I'll add yet another unit and a little bit more of loss to my record here, which might have to get made up for by that Texas game. But I'm going to take Colorado first 5 team total over 3.5 -105. Another official play for me.
I'll say this: you're in good company at least, because Justin McElvey also likes Rockies team total over 6.5 there for his stacks pot of the day. So shout out to our guy Justin there.
Absolutely. Shout out. Sharon Polium likes Cincinnati money line. Mike M. Rockies are nothing. Londo played Rockies money line, and DC Capper. Colorado's a play along with the over. Okay, yeah. Absolutely. Okay,
Ragu's on that first 5 team total over with you, Pete.
All right, let's move on. You ready? Here we go. An interesting game. We were talking about it earlier. KC San Diego. San Diego, of course, a huge favorite here. San Diego not doing as well offensively as I think they will do at some later point in the season. When will they turn it around? This week or in July? Not exactly sure. Brady Singer, off a good start, but really has trouble stringing 2 starts in a row. And Seth Lugo overall has been very, very effective. And I was thinking about the under. It was 9 on the overnight line, just a little bit to the under. I'm going to check where the line is moved. At the current line, even though Brady Singer is so iffy, it would be KC or pass for me on the money line, but definitely leaning under. What do you think, Dabby Cab?
So this is a spot where I guess the chat will see 2 different capping styles, because I get the plus money look here. I bet the first 5 here with San Diego. I took -1, okay, because I'm not going to pay -140 for a half a run. So I just took the -1. Let me pull it up. I think I got -105. Yeah, I took -1, -105 here in the first 5. For me, Singer doesn't really know this San Diego lineup. The current Padres are 5 for 17 against him right now. And I know the Padres have been ice cold, but like you said, I do not expect that to continue at the plate. Their relievers have been good recently. For anybody who's looking at full games, San Diego's relievers have recorded a 2.77 ERA across 26 innings of work. Where you look at the Royals bullpen, who I think we could even see by the 4th or the 5th inning, not as good. 3.63 ERA. Opponents, that's in 32 or 39.2 innings of work. One thing the Royals have done is they've improved at the plate. They put up 126 weighted runs created plus against right-handed pitchers in May, but they still have a poor OPS. They're at 87 versus righties in 2023, and I think the Padres here is just in the first 5. This is coming back home for them. This is a spot that they need. -1 run, I might push, but I'm not scared of a push. So I got Padres -1 in the first 5.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I do kind of look at bullpens in a little bit of a maybe unique way. I have KC's bullpen as rated higher than San Diego.
Oh wow! Well, so what are you looking at, full season?
No, full season and recently as well. We weight it in a certain way for recent production. I would have. I actually let me see. I would have. I think San Diego's bullpen is significantly overvalued, and Casey's bullpen is significantly undervalued right now.
Well, hopefully I don't have to worry about that because I'm gonna be on that first 5. So,
yeah. I was thinking maybe about the KC team total under though at 3.5. Let's see what people have to say about this game. Stephen Harrison says fade KC. Oh, DC Capper liking the over 8.5 in this one. Wow. Okay. Let me see. Let me look at this. I'm looking at all the comments. Andrew G says lean under.
I like my first 5 bet here on the -1. -1's a line that I've had some success with in the first 5s, and most of what I've been betting this year has been first 5s.
Mm-hmm. Let's quickly glance at the money to see if there's anything. Yeah, I mean, bigger bets definitely coming in on KC, which is not a surprise with a situation like this and a line set like this. Most of the tickets coming in on the Padres, but about half the money on the Royals. So the big bets coming in on the Royals, and then with the total under. Most of a majority of the tickets and almost 90% of the money so far from this site we look at on the under, and it has dropped, a bit. It's dropping from the opener, which was 9. Now it's down to 8.5 in some places. It's just Brady Singer. Do we trust him?
No,
we don't. Of course, of course we don't trust him. Obviously. Yeah, like I said, sometimes I make stupid bets, and sometimes I even ask stupid questions. People are like, "Oh, there are no stupid questions." Of course, yes, they're very stupid questions.
So Brady Singer's had a couple starts, like his last one against the White Sox where he gave up the 1 run. He had a start against Arizona where he gave up the 1 run. He did good. San Francisco or Toronto, first game of the year, he gave up 1 run. Every other start, he's given up 5 or more runs.
Right. No, he has significant command issues, and that is not likely to, I don't think, to change here. All right, I'm gonna take the KC team total under 3.5 -113. Here we go. KC team total under 3.5 -113. I just trust Lugo, and probably and as you said, if it's the bullpen might be, I think it'll be okay. KC Royals team total under 3.5 -113, and I'm tempted to take the full game under as well at 9, but it's moved. Now it would be 136 at Pinnacle. 8.5 would be -110. So I'll hold off on that one for now. If KC wins 4-3 and the under cashes, the team total under loses, whatever. Let's look at the comments and then move on. Let's see. Yep. I'm looking at what people are saying. Oh, wow. Archie 20 likes San Diego over 6.5 plus 170. I guess that's a team total there.
Team total.
DC Capper likes San Diego -1.5 and the over at 8.5. I'm just looking. Look. Okay. BJ says best bet Mets and the Denver Nuggets. I'm going to copy and paste this. Shout out to DJ. Okay. All right, I've done that. So far, you only have 2 official plays, right, Dabby Cab?
Just 2 right now.
All right. Let's move on. Now we've got Arizona, Oakland. Another interesting game. Kyle Muller, obviously extraordinarily vulnerable on the road off of 2 straight awful road starts, but much less awful at home. Arizona won yesterday in one of those obvious plays. I had Arizona first 5. It was an obvious one. And Tommy Henry starting for Arizona. Last 2 starts were better, but still not getting strikeouts. And again, leaning under, and Oakland is bad, but I'm just, I lean Oakland, but not sure this dog line is high enough, and lean under, betting that Muller can, once again, not get crushed at home, and Tommy Henry against a relatively weak lineup just kind of get it done enough. Leaning under on this one, slightly into Oakland as a dog. Let's look at the line movement. I had Oakland in the plus 130. Yeah, about a 5-cent move in favor of Arizona. And the total is now up to 9.5 -118. I think I'm going to take the under on that one, unless Noli Knows disagrees. Let's see what you have to say, Dabby Cab.
My only problem with that right there is Mueller's walks, man. He's got 21 walks to his 27 strikeouts. That's just so many walks. He's walking so many people here. And betting against Oakland this season has been basically the safest bet in baseball.
Yes.
Their pitching has just been ineffective. And they're facing an Arizona team who does they spray the ball all around the park. They're good at hitting the ball all over the field. This Oakland Stadium does limit homers, so that'll help you with the under there. But this Arizona team, they don't really score off home runs. They score off contact and speed. Like I was saying, they spread the ball around the field. They have a lot of speed. I don't know. This is a tough spot for me here. I would probably just take the Diamondbacks on the run line if I was going to bet it, but I'm off this one. And I've got 3 bets right now, Pete, just so you know.
Robert Franklin likes over 9.5, and Billy Friedrich likes Diamondbacks first 5 team total over 2.5. So people are expecting a Muller to struggle again. And look who his great star presence, Jose Bouquette's got something to say about this game. Let's see what he has to say.
This is a say hey play of the day. I like the Oakland A's here. Oakland A's are just value against lefties. I've been saying it for a little bit now. Full season against lefties, 112 weighted runs created plus, so 12% above average. This month, only 105, but I'll take that with an Oakland A's squad. Team total over 3.5 was a look. I looked on our friends at Bet Online. It has it at juiced right now, but you can get a first 5 team total over 2.5 there at plus money, plus 120. I think Tommy Henry vulnerable here, and I think the A's just good against lefties, so I'll take advantage, hopefully, and take that plus money.
Yeah, Oakland is another team that I've been betting as a dog, and unlike other teams like Arizona earlier in the year or Detroit or Washington, I don't have the actual numbers with them, but I'm pretty sure I'm down a bit taking Oakland as an undervalued underdog. They certainly are a shit team, although once every 5 games or so they'll put up a bunch of runs. Most of the time they're getting shut out and beat down pretty bad. And you think that so what Jose Bouquette, you've obviously looked into this game quite a bit. What would your thoughts be on the total?
I guess I would lean under, just because it's a little high, especially in the Coliseum. Obviously, pitcher-friendly ballpark there, and the Diamondbacks aren't that adept at hitting lefties. Seems like Kyle Muller pitches a little better at home, but I would just rather, it's a side for me. I've not been that great on full game totals, overs at least. I've been betting unders semi-successfully. Shout out to Noli Knows. But yeah, I would lean under just because of the ballpark factors. Oakland being good at hitting lefties, but Arizona not. I think Oakland can win this game. So if Oakland does win this game, I think it stays under.
Yeah, interesting stuff. And Nutflush Allen, as always, everyone read Nutflush Allen's comment telling you in these Oakland games, if you like over and you have a favorite visitor, pay close attention to the team total of the favorite. Oakland can put up 0 too often, especially at home. Yes.
That has actually helped me a lot recently. I've been doing that with the way team totals. So
what's your official play, Jose?
This game is first 5 team total over 2.5 for Oakland.
Okay, I don't hate that. I thought you were just taking Oakland on the money line. Like, hey, here's the best bet of the day. Oakland, take them. We're gonna win.
I took the first 5 just because I do want to have all of my at bats there. Obviously you take the full game, you lose an at bat if they're up, et cetera, et cetera. But I like 3 runs from the A's on Tommy Henry here.
Okay.
Big Ragu with a great comment about the NBA game. We'll talk about that in a second. Hey, Jose Bouquette, are we doing that? How are we doing okay for time? When is Trotwam expecting to come on?
Trotwam's waiting in the wings whenever you're ready.
Oh, he is? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. All right, I think we're keeping an okay pace. We got 2 more games. This has been a reasonable pace, right, Jose Bouquette?
Yeah, we're working fine, and I'll give a cheap plug here as well. Tonight, I will say, Peter, tonight is one of the biggest nights in San Antonio sports history, and we are going to be reacting live NBA draft lottery tonight. The tank for Wembanyama sweepstakes. All of San Antonio has lit their candles. All of the abuelas have said their prayers. We have murals up of the man. I'm not a Spurs fan, but God damn it, do I want Victor Wembanyama on the Spurs. And all of us, a bunch of Pub Sports Radio heads, some Spurs fans will all be watching the NBA draft lottery on playback tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. It starts. We'll just be saying prayers for Victor Wembanyama to come to the Spurs. One of the most exciting draft lotteries in a while we've had here. And you can watch it not right now, but you can watch it tonight with the fellas. playback.tv/Pub Sports Radio and watch a potential breakdown, because our social media guy is a gigantic Spurs fan, gigantic Spurs guy. And he has promised if the Spurs do get the number 1 pick, he will break down into tears. So I would like to see it. So come and watch tonight.
All right. And Bo Jackson, always the voice of Sandy, says Victor Wembanyama is 1 injury away from being a bust. I hear you on that one. Could easily see him playing like 15 NBA games, then getting seriously injured, making a comeback that's like, okay, plays 2 or 3 years, and then they do a documentary about him and what a bust it was. Yeah, I hear you, Bo Jackson. That is kind of like the universal script is a little bit obvious. That's hilarious. Wine Time Sports agrees with that. Man, wouldn't that be cool if you could bet on that likelihood of these the draft picks getting injured?
Oh, I thought you were going to say the lottery odds, but you can now bet on who gets the first overall pick.
Of course. Yeah. No,
which is shocking. That is shocking.
If you can bet on players getting injured, I fucked up not having DeGrom.
Yeah, that's minus 150 at least. So
yeah.
Write it down, Pete. Play of the day: Ryan McMahon, RBI plus 175. Consider it written, and it was written in the document of Peter Loshak. Yes. All right, Mike M. Hell yeah. Wow. I'm having a good time, but I'm starting to feel, as always, nervous that like I'm going to go 2-7 or something on today's card. Yeah, I want to take the under on this one. I'm sure. I'm sure. I suspect Noli Knows would agree with that. Take. But I mean, Muller's okay at home. Tommy Henry is no great shakes, but he can. I guess I'll hold off, huh? What do you think? Under?
Yeah, like I said from the beginning, if you gave me a free bet, I'd take under.
Yes, definitely.
I can't stand how many people Mueller walks. That's my only problem with him.
Yeah.
And that's, Pete, that's coming from like the baseball part of me, like as a pitcher. Like I hate people who walk people. I hate it.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest sabermetrics wise, one of the biggest sins you can commit as a pitcher. All right, I'll hold off and let's move on. So officially so far you have only 2 that you've given out, right, Dabby?
3.
What's the other one? Angels team total over, Cleveland first half money line minus 115. What's the other one?
Padres first 5 -1, minus 105.
Okay, got it. Sorry, I was reading. Okay, Padres first 5 -1 minus 105. Correct?
Yep.
All right, Philly and San Francisco. Now here we go. The most interesting games on today's card were all at the end. Alex Cobb really pitching great. You know what these sinker ballers can do. There's really not much you can do when a sinker baller like Alex Cobb. You see this all the time. Every year there's like some elite sinker baller who just is stacking these quality starts, more than quality starts. I mean, we're not talking 6-3. We're talking about 7-1, 7-2s, game in and game out until something changes or something breaks. And it looks like Alex Cobb is in that kind of groove right now. Wheeler, for Philly, off an excellent start, but in half his starts, he gives up 4 runs. I don't know if Nutflush Allen is in the comment section right now, but I'm sure he has a very valuable take on this game in general. I'm looking at this and thinking, maybe we'll take Philly, tomorrow or the next day. But here, how? And again, this is another one. How is San Francisco a home dog with Alex Cobb starting?
I don't know. I agree, Pete. I agree with that completely. I mean, Wheeler's been bringing his numbers down. They've been getting better. But for this, it's Cobb or pass for me. And I know this is going to sound even crazier, but if you're getting a 3.5 at the team total for the Giants, I don't hate their team total either. I'm not saying I think Wheeler is bad. I don't think Wheeler has a terrible game. I think he gives up a couple runs at least, 2 or 3 runs. I think the bullpen's going to give up a couple. I would only play Cobb here or pass.
Bro, the first 5 line is Phillies as a small favorite. That makes no. That really makes no sense, Dabby Cab.
That's confusing.
That's no accident. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You think yeah.
And there has been a tiny move. All right, let's look at the money. If there's anything that's maybe can be illuminated here, let's find this game and look at the money as of right now. Nothing. I would if the Giants were. Go ahead.
In his last 28 innings, Cobb has only given up 3 runs.
Yeah, and he gets a ton of grounders. It's some of the bigger bets have come in on the Giants, but it's nothing crazy. Some sharp action on the Phillies, supposedly. And let's look at the total, and then we'll look at the comment section, and we'll see if Nutflush Allen in particular has anything to say about this one. Yeah, and the majority of the bets and money coming in on the under, which is what I would expect. I'm not sure what the hell's going on here. Stephen Harrison likes the Phillies. Okay. Joe Yurkovich says, ain't Wheeler and Cobb about the same? No, not at all. I would give Cobb a significant advantage right now.
This year, definitely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
Pete, you said it. The way he's throwing that sinker right now, it's not fair. The only thing that scares me with anybody who throws a sinker is like some days it's not there, and when it's not there, the people who throw it get torn up. I'm not saying I think that's going to happen. I don't think it happens. He seems to have.
Oh, right. No, yes. The sinker, what was that guy's name? Francisco something? Yeah. The sinker ballers have the highest volatility by far of any pitcher in baseball.
Yep.
When they get hit, they're throwing like batting practice pitches. When the sinker's not on, it's and you're giving up three. You sinker ballers, you see a lot of that shit. You'll be like 7-0, 7-0, and then when they get hit, it's like 8 runs in 3 innings and shit like that. Yeah.
Yep. And just bombs too, just straight up bombs.
Yeah. Poker Addicted, who's very, very, very careful about not falling into traps, says, I put my money on Cobb last night. Only play I've locked in, Giants money line, and it's his dirty fingers, sniff, sniff, play of the day. I mean, of course. Yeah. Why would you not? Yeah. I can't not take at least first 5. No sign of Nutflush Allen in the comment section of this one, although maybe I'll put something out on Twitter asking closer to first pitch. But let's see. Yes, San Francisco. Whoa! Oh my God. Okay, Dabby Cab. Pinnacle has Phillies first 5 -126 and Giants +112.
Oh my!
So that means Pinnacle, at right as of right now, even has a lean to Phillies first 5 relative to the market.
That would be enough probably to keep me off here because, Jimmy always tells me about your read on Pinnacle, and Pinnacle's usually on point with that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. You want to be careful because a lot of times it can reverse. You know what? I'm going to trust myself over the market. I'm going to throw this one on there. I'm going to throw on San Francisco first 5 +112, current line of Pinnacle. Official play.
Love it. Noli said dead under here.
Dead under. Where is Noli Knows? Noli Knows, if you have any comment on the Oakland game total, please, I'm begging you. This is a specific request, pal. Any opinion? If you have no opinion, that's fine. If you wouldn't mind chiming in one sentence on the Oakland total. Do you like the under, like the over, or pass for you? Thank you so much, Noli Knows. Wow. This is how baseball goes, Dabby Cab. I mean, this is how sports betting goes. You see something and you see the market doing this. Right?
I thought you were quoting Ron Washington on purpose.
Ron Washington.
That's how baseball go. You've seen his interview where he's like, "That's how baseball go."
Oh yes, no, I was not. No, did I say go? No, I said here. Let's. Yeah.
This is how baseball goes. Your grammar was a little better, but that's how baseball go.
It's true.
Yeah.
The man was speaking truth. Poker Addicted saying high velocity sinker ball is a new meta in pitching developments. Alex Cobb probably has the best one of those in the game right now. I agree with that. That's true. Poker Addicted. So, you have any explanation for Philly being a significant favorite right now, first 5 innings? Because I don't. Poker Addicted.
I have no answer for that. I mean, I guess it's. You said Pinnacle's a little bigger line. If it's close to even money, I guess I kind of understand it with Wheeler on the mound. I think the public bias would probably still lean towards Philly and Wheeler here, even though we know that Cobb's being a better pitcher this year.
And Noli Knows says that it's a pass for him. Thank you so much, Noli Knows. All right. I got a bunch of. It feels like every pick that I've made today is a potential trap spot, but I'm taking it. San Francisco first 5 +112 money line, official play, and I'd love to take him full game as well, but I will hold Wheeler off the win as a road non-division favorites have been crushing it. Beefy Bet says Giants are nothing. All right, we're not looking at full game. We're just looking at first 5. I'd love to double up and take a first 3, but I guess let's hold off. And now let's move on to the final game on the card. Here we go. Minnesota, LA Dodgers. LA Dodgers, a huge favorite, won 6 in a row and just winning most games for a while now. I don't know how far back, but a while. They are really rolling. Kershaw off a great start. And of course, unfortunately, his mother did pass. So how does that affect him? I'm not exactly sure. On the other side, you got Ober, who's also been excellent all year. You got Minnesota as a big dog, low total as you would expect. My first thought on this one is got to think Minnesota at this line, but that was just my first note. I guess I'm going to pass. Let's quickly look at the line movement and the money, see if there's any live movement. Overnight, Dodgers were like around minus 190, and right now they are, where are we? What are we seeing? Dodgers, yeah, very, very teeny, imperceptible move towards the Dodgers in favor of the Dodgers, and the total has actually gotten bet up just a teeny bit. Let's quickly look at the money to see if anything is interesting there in this Dodgers Minnesota game. Yeah, wow, there is something interesting here, Dabby Cab.
What's that?
Looks like some significant sharp action as of right now on Minnesota. Believe it or not, Dabby Cab.
Well, so I believe it. This isn't a game I'll bet regardless, because I know that people like to. It's good to know things like with Kershaw's mom, but I don't know how he's going to respond to that.
Right.
I try and put myself in that position. I'm like, okay, how would I pitch if my mom died? I mean, that's not extra motivation for me. That's just fucking sad. Like,
yeah.
And so, shout out to Kershaw. He grew up not far from me. Sucks that his mom died. For me, I'm going to be off the game just because of that. The Twins, their OPS against lefties is poor. It's just sitting at 71 in 2023. They're way more dangerous against right-handers than they are against lefties. So I could see that as a reason to be behind Kershaw. The current Twins right now on the lineup, they're 21 for 81 with 7 doubles and 1 home run against Shaw. So that's not that horrible. Ober on the other side, he's pitched very well in his previous 4 outings. But, now he's going to go against the Dodgers for the first time in his career, which is a very tough assignment. You're trying to slow down one of the most dangerous lineups in baseball at this point in time right now. So, yeah, this is just a tough game all around for me, Pete. Because of the death, I'm going to stay off of it.
The thing is, if he was like going up against someone, just kind of average, but Ober has been, that's for real, I think. Ober's success has been for real, no?
Yeah, it has. It has. I wonder how much the fans get behind Kershaw today, too, because the Dodger Stadium's been pretty crazy every time he's on the mound. So today maybe they really get behind him.
Yeah. Oh, man, yeah.
I hate to just throw it out because of that, but I genuinely don't know what his mindset is right now going into this game. Like I said, me personally, I can deal with a lot of things. I can deal with shit talk. I can deal with a whole bunch. My mom dying, that's another thing. That's a tough way to step on the mound.
I'm actually not even thinking about that. I'm looking at Ober as a plus 165 dog on the first 5 innings.
There you go.
I mean, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and exactly. So there you go. And that has nothing to do with what I'm saying. So
168 at Pinnacle. Ober's the real deal. Have you looked into him? You have any reason to actually let's bring in our resident asshole, but who does know his shit when it comes to baseball. Jose Bouquett, how you doing, pal? How you doing, pal? Jose Bouquett, please. Oh, there he is. Jose Bouquett. Bailey Ober's for real, right?
Yeah, I like him a lot. I think he's one of the better pitchers on the staff. Yeah.
Yeah. And are you okay, Jose Bouquett?
Yes. Are you? Pete's asked me twice now, guys. Pete's asked me twice if I'm okay.
Because your energy sucks, Jose.
No. You seem like you're distracted by something. But wow, all right. Yeah. I mean, Bailey Ober, I think, is the real deal. You have any? What would you think about? You think it's just like don't fade the Dodgers with Kershaw in this spot?
Yeah, that's my personal opinion. Rocco Rogers shouting it from the rooftops that Kershaw is going to pitch well. I would lean under, honestly. I think this is also a dead under, like Noli was saying about the earlier game, the Giants Phillies. I agree with that. I think this one's an under 2. But the issue, obviously, is Bailey Ober and how he pitches against the Dodgers lineup. Second best in baseball against righties, only behind your Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I'm making a bet here, it's under or the Dodgers -1, and that just kind of seems super easy. On top of, Kershaw, we don't know how he's going to respond to that adversity. I think it's a good galvanizing force for your teammates I think the offense could come through for him for sure tonight. Them seeing a guy pitching a couple days after his mother dies, I think that could just get the lads going and saying that this guy cares about us, et cetera, et cetera. So Dodgers for me, but I didn't have any play on this one. It's just a little too juiced.
Noli knows says definitely D. I'm trying to find what he is referring to. Just looking at the comments, see if anyone has Eddie Mush says looking good mustache, Pete. Yeah, thanks, Eddie Mush. Look how fucking sleazy I look. If anyone is casting for a sleazeball or scumbag or street urchin, hit me up.
A drug dealer?
Drug dealer, anything.
Cat, would you buy drugs from Pete?
I could.
Oh, I thought you were about to throw it out there. I'm like, hey, looks aren't what they seem. I'll sell
Yes.
them.
That is true, man. And in the meantime, I'm avoiding making a decision here. Let's see. Poker Addicted says Kershaw's on a list of pitchers you don't fade this year, or at least not right now. From a line perspective, you can luck to the Twins, and this isn't a good spot to do it. So if that's the case, obviously first 5 under, right? What the Dodgers are going to crush Ober?
I like the first 5 under here.
They definitely might, but I lean under. Jay Peasy, by the way, mentioning the Twins are 1-11 at Dodger Stadium.
Ooh, no good.
All right, whatever. I'll throw that one on as well. Minnesota, LAD, first 5 under 4 -102. Current line at Pinnacle. First 5 under 4 -102. Current line at Pinnacle.
Jose, everybody in the chat says you need a BBW. I'm gonna be a really bad influence when you get here this weekend. I'm gonna make sure you have a really good time.
They do not look forward to that. Yes, me and Dabby Cab, by the way, next weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
This weekend,
Saturday and Sunday, say play sitting next to each other. So it'll be very interesting to say the least.
Wow. Rocco Rogers says Dodgers smash. Mike M. Ober in a pitcher's park is running 5-17 to the under. Makes some sense to me. Joe Yurkovich, though, likes the Dodgers team total over. That's what I'm worried about. Rocco says, do not afraid the Dodgers. Noli, yeah, here we go. Noli knows with the comment. I agree. Jose needs a BBW. Noli knows. You're the one commenter. Just forget about Jose and BBWs. We need your opinion on totals. We need your fucking everyone else. Fine, yeah, BBW. We're joking around here. Noli knows. We need you to focus on totals. Oh my God. I was like, oh, I see his name. Well, Noli knows. I get so excited. And then I'm like, oh.
Fucking another
needs a BBW. I'm like, no, that's not the kind of comment I want from Noli knows. All right, let's see. All right. I think we got it.
I think you got it.
All right. Let's go over the picks once again. And I won't mention everything. Once again, okay, first of all, hip to be square, play of the day from Mike M is Houston and San Diego. Man, I really like that, Dabby Cab. Right? Yeah. I think it's a Houston spot. They're a big favorite. Yeah, San Diego going up against Brady Singer. Mike M's hip to be square play of the day. Houston, San Diego, moneyline parlay at about plus 140 or so. Ron Crawford, MLB spreadsheet play of the day, official, Cleveland minus 114. Everyone is saying, including Jose Bouquett, that might be just a sucker play, and anyone who pulls a trigger on it joins the sucker list. A bunch of commenters and posters have joined the sucker list with me and Dabby Cab, but it's such a low line that even if it loses, all right, you're not hemorrhaging anything. But spreadsheet play of the day, Cleveland minus 114. Tone Miggins also likes Cleveland money line and Bieber's strikeouts over 5.5 at plus 122. BJ likes best bet Mets money line minus 160 or so against Tampa Bay. Understandable, but I'm not fading Tampa Bay at that line. And Mike M, the write it down, Pete, play of the day, Ryan McMahon, RBI at plus 175. My official plays Baltimore minus 1 plus 107. LA Angels, Baltimore, first 5 over 5 minus 134. Seattle, first 5 team total over 2.5 minus 120. Texas, first 5 team total over 2.5 minus 105. Texas, minus 1 plus 135. Texas, first 3, minus 115. Cubs, Houston, first half under 4, minus 110. Cleveland money line, joining the sucker list. Play of the day, first half money line, minus 115. Colorado, first 5, team total over 3.5, minus 105. KC Royals, full game, team total under 3.5, minus 113. San Francisco Giants, first 5, money line, plus 112. And Minnesota Dodgers, first 5, under 4, minus 102. Dabby Cab has graced us with just 3 plays, right, Dabby?
Yep.
Angels, team total over 4, minus 120. Cleveland, first 5, money line, joining the sucker list play, willfully joining the sucker list play of the day at minus 115. And Padres, first 5, minus 1, minus 105. Ooh, I'm tired, but that was a hell of a lot of fun, Dabby Cab.
Hell yeah, Pete. I love that, man. I've been texting Jimmy. I told him, because I know he's kind of a little bit of a gatekeeper. I said, Jimmy, I'm fiending. I got a cap with Pete again on Tuesdays. I need it because we were up here for the college basketball, and then baseball started. And I was like, I miss it. I love capping these Tuesday cards with you, Pete.
The capping part, the jokes part, it's all fun. It's the picks part that fucks me up emotionally, Dabby Cab. But then when I have a winning day, it's great. But no, I'm working on it. We have our strategies: CBD, CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, breathing, meditation. We try to deal with our AIPP syndrome, which is all in on public plays syndrome, which means that every time I give a public play, I feel like I'm all in on it, even if I've only bet a half of a unit on it. Dabby Cab, so much fun. Thanks so much. We'll see you again very soon.
Hell yeah, Pete. I'll see you soon. Shout out to all you guys in the chat, man. Go get it with Trout Lamb.
Hell yeah. Eddie Mush says Pete could play Cheech Marin in Up in Smoke remake. Yeah, I could do it. I'm really tired right now, but I can actually do a decent Cheech Marin impression. I did it a few times in Costa Rica. Wow, I'm scanning all these friggin' comments, man. DC Capper likes the over in San Diego, KC. All right, that's it for baseball. We got one NBA game on the card right now, and it is a doozy. Game 1 in the Western Conference Finals, Lakers and Denver. Denver, a big favorite. Some people have already commented about what they think about this one. How are we going to figure out exactly what to do? Thank God we have joining us our resident NBA expert, Trot Wham, to help us figure out exactly what to do. How's everything going for you, Trot Wham, right now?
Feeling good, Pete. Feeling good, feeling great. Glad to be here. Glad to see the chat. Shout out to Noli Knows on the Giants under, Astros under, Marlins under. Shout out to the under guy himself, Nasty Nate, Joe, Andrew G, at Night Dog, and of course the legend himself, Peter Loshak.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, we wish to have Jimmy the back here, but next time we'll definitely be there. And yeah, man, I'm happy to be here with you, bro. Just like bro.
Fun as hell. I want to make a Low Baggers Pub Sports Radio Who Bangin' Sports movie and just have this mustache and play a fucking scumbag. Look at what a scumbag I look like right now. Look at that shit. Looks sleazy as hell, right?
Not at all.
All right, Trotwam.
It's welcoming. It's very welcoming to me.
Absolutely. All right, Trotwam. I don't know, man. Here we go. Lakers, Denver. I don't know, man. Denver, the number 1 seed. They're a 6-point favorite. Lakers beat Golden State in 6. Denver beat Phoenix in 6. Of course, Lakers have won outright as road dogs. In both game 1s this year. This is a different situation going up against Denver. Let me just quote some of the things that people have said, commented earlier in the show to see if you agree or disagree with this. Here we go. BJ, NBA best bet. Thank you. There's only one game on the card, but this is his best bet out of the entire card. Denver Nuggets minus 5.5. BJ says anybody betting the Lakers tonight will be donating. Okay. Big Ragu says NBA is scripted as fuck. They want a Boston Lakers matchup. Bet both series in a 4-2 result at plus money. A split cashes nicely and a 2-0 back the truck up. 2-0 back the truck up. Wow. Trotwam, you think that they want a Boston Lakers matchup? If so, that means Lakers only have to win. It means they could lose game 1 here. Lakers, of course, won outright game 1 in both series so far this year. A lot of people have been saying, like, don't be an idiot, take Denver. BJ, anybody betting the Lakers tonight will be donating. What do you agree with, Trotwam?
I want to know how many people was trusting Denver to make this push to the championship before the season started. What were the things that they were concerned with about this team? Because I'm still concerned with the things that I'm concerned with as far as defense wise, big capabilities, and let's peel back the layers here. Obviously, it's the rematch for the bubble teams in both conferences, as far as the Heat and the 70s and the Celtics and the Lakers against the Nuggets. And then we seen how that played out. It was obviously the Heat versus the Lakers. Jimmy Butler was phenomenal, as he has been so far in the playoffs. So it is all on theme. And one thing about the Lakers is that they were kind of being downgraded throughout the playoffs in that bubble against a Portland team, against a Rockets team, and against a Nuggets team. Similar to they have been so far as well. So I'm kind of looking at both of those trajectories for both of those teams. Interesting enough here as well, Pete. Both of those teams, as far as the Lakers and the Heat so far this year, they've been road teams in game one, and they won both road games. So both of those teams have been able to do that. Very interesting. A lot of them have been underdogs while doing it. Same situation this year. We see again in the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference Finals. So I kind of gotta, think of all that narrative. As much as my guy Big Ragu is right, the NBA is WWE. It is as scripted as it could be. You know what I mean? It shows as easy as it can get. Like, you know what I mean? But that being said, when have you ever seen the Denver Nuggets get pushed to do anything, or any small market type team? And I'm not trying to say Denver's a small market, it's because a big city. Don't get me wrong here, but compared to LA, I think I would rather see a Los Angeles Finals rather than Nuggets Finals. You know what I mean? And
Sure.
How I think that's how the higher ups would want to be if this is scripted as far as the WWE. I think they would want to see something similar to the road to 18 against the Celtics. But the way it's been sitting out here, I wouldn't be surprised if the best coach wins in both series. And the way I'm looking at this game particularly is obviously it's a different elevation, for the Lakers going into the Nuggets. They are, they don't have the rest advantage that they have been able to have within these last few games or whatever in game ones. But I just really got to think here, I'm wrapping my head around, is that the Nuggets are probably more susceptible to losing a game here against the Lakers within these first two games than anybody that I've seen go up against the Lakers, because they have the offensive formula to be able to score on them with the pick and roll action with Jokic at the top of the key. I think we're going to see a lot of that, 80 slipping and Jokic not chasing after him, really much staying at the perimeter. And last game that the Lakers played against these guys, well, at least the last game LeBron played with them, it was Russ doing a lot of that playmaking. So Russ did a lot of that playmaking. LeBron ended up with 30 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. He actually had enough assists to get to 6 assists in this game. And right now, I think he's the one that's being undervalued. As much as the Lakers is being undervalued, I think LeBron and his impact on this team is being undervalued because he hasn't had to do it as much. So a lot of people in the chat, again, like, I'm not mad at you taking the Nuggets today. I think the Nuggets are the good spot. Taking them to win this game is not nothing I'm thinking the Lakers should be scared of. They should actually fill this game out, see if they could get away with some, action here. But I do not believe that they're going to play around with this game. They are going to try to steal this game because they have been stealing it, stealing them in game one. But I'm off the first game as far as the side-wise. I'm off the first game because it's a little too unpredictable. I think the Lakers can fall short, but I think that they are the better team. They're going to have the better initial reaction to, what they're going to be able to throw in action with Jokic. And I think they're not worried about the guys shooting as much as they were worried about it in the last series. The last series they had Steph and Clay. They got to worry about these all-time shooters. You get a little bit of a break, I believe. You don't have to chase guys off the screens and things of that nature no more. A lot of that's kind of like helped out with the Lakers. And I think that it's going to be a little easier for them to be able to play a little defense here. So I think the Lakers are going to be winning this series here. Maybe not game one, but I think they are going to win this series. And the way I'm attacking is LeBron. I think he's still undervalued, over 5.5 assists. I think that's crazy. Like, they putting him at Marcus Smart assist numbers. I mentioned the last game they played against them. It was Russell Westbrook with 8 assists. That's not going to be there today. I think he's going to be mostly the guy that's going to be playmaking, getting AD in that action with Jokic at the top of the key, making those slips for AD, making it a little easier for him as well. So I think AD has a good game. I think LeBron is mostly the dominant player in this series, and you kind of see his production be very consistent against these two guys. I'm not scared of Michael Porter Jr. or Aaron Gordon. I think, again, like, Aaron Gordon's going to have to fall off on AD a lot. You know what I mean? Because Jokic is not going to play a lot of the good defense against AD. I think it's going to be mostly pick and roll spots. AD has to slip, and then you're going to see Aaron Gordon chase him, and LeBron be out there matched up against Jokic. I think Jokic is going to play good, going to be great offensively, but over 5.5 is kind of short, bro. I think it's just a good number there. Over his career, he's averaged about 8 assists against this Nuggets team over the last few games. Before that last one, I said he had 4 assists. When Russell was taking over, he had 8, 9, 2, 9, 10, 12, 14, 9, and 7. And so I just think that LeBron's going to get these 6 assists, bro. So I like the Lakers in 6 as well, Danny Lopez, but I wouldn't be surprised if they could hold it down in 5 because I don't see any adjustments that the Nuggets are going to be able to do on the game. So Lakers. I like the Lakers here, but not in this game. I'm not going to wait to bet that. As far as the series price, I haven't bet the series price either because I think they can lose this game. I did bet the LeBron to win the MVP of the Western Conference Finals at plus 310. So that is official for me. And the reason why is because I think he's going to hold it down, be the main playmaker, and he's going to score, upward to 25 points. So it's kind of going to level out for him being that guy. And Jokic is still going to get his numbers. So that's going to possibly lower AD's MVP chances, in my opinion. So I think it's going to be mostly LeBron, award to win, throwing that the Lakers going to win the series. So them losing the first game, I think the odds are going to increase for LeBron as well. So I'm going to double back. I already know if they lose, I'm doubling back on the LeBron prop. No worries there. But I'm going to assist for sure tonight. That's the best bet for me. It's like you said, it's only game today, but my best bet is going to be LeBron over 5.5 assists. I think it's just too much value there, and I think he's going to have to play that role that I was mentioning about being the main playmaker.
You want to make that official?
That is official. I tweeted that out yesterday at minus 105. And right now you're getting minus 115. If you guys, the best available is minus 115, I think, right now.
That is a hell of a take, Trotwan. Yeah, I love it when legends who have tended to be, overvalued, sometimes wildly overvalued their whole career, at the end, things kind of flip and they can actually get undervalued. And that is your take on LeBron right now. Exactly.
I mean, you think about it, he hasn't had to do anything. So people are not right. I mean, they're not right. It's not right. You know what I mean? So shout out to that. Shout out to Red Girl.
Hell yeah, Red Girl.
What's up with you, Queen? Hope you've been doing all good. You already know. It's all love.
In the meantime, wow, you got early in the show some people saying, you're just donating if you bet on the Lakers. You got Big Ragu talking about how, take this one at 4-2 because the NBA wants a Lakers matchup. But as we've been talking about it, a lot of astute commenters are and they're also liking the over. I'll ask you about the over in a second right now, but here you go. Mike M, Lakers win the series at plus 150. Sharon Pulliam liking the Lakers money line in this game. Let me see. There are a ton of comments are coming in. Mike M, Lakers to win the series at plus 150. Burn one. Lakers cover or win outright 100%. Let's get it. Sharon Pulliam, Lakers money line. Count my donation. Wow. And Justin McIvy liking the Nuggets, and Troy Torrance, trends and markets suggest backing the Nuggets, but the X and O's and my gut tells me to back the Lakers. Wow.
So shout out to DC Capper. He's asking what's our opinion on the total. I think over, of course. I think the Lakers are going to be able to put them in that pick and roll action. But again, who's their anchor down low? Who's the Nuggets anchor down low to stop guys or stop one of the best paint grabbing teams, scoring teams in the NBA in the finals? In the playoffs so far as the Lakers. I don't think they're going to be able to stop them down low. So I think the Lakers are going to be able to do that. And then along with they are able to close out, it's going to be a lot wide open looks. And I expect certain guys to get better opportunity in this series. Coach Ham has shown that he's able to play guys off the bench that hasn't been playing, like Lonnie Walker. I want to say Malik Beasley had a really good game against these guys back on December 19th as well. I believe it's December 10th, I'm sorry, when he was with the Utah Jazz, had 19 points, shot really efficient from the three. I wouldn't be surprised if he's one of those guys they kind of slightly insert there because they're not worried about the defense no more. So I like the over in this series all the way. So I think the over is a good play. Again, I'm waiting to make moves on how I feel about the side because obviously I would be on the Lakers money line if my mind was telling me the truth.
Right.
Because I like the way the offense is going to play, but I like the over and the Lakers side in this series, and I think that's going to be kind of consistent. So, shout out to KCP revenge game with AOD, and it's a Thomas Bryant revenge game. He was with the Lakers earlier this year. Now he's on the Nuggets, so that's another guy to talk about.
Well, the money, not a surprise. We know what happened. The line has gotten bet up a little bit. Not really the bigger bets coming in on the Nuggets, but about 70% of the cash and the tickets on the Nuggets, about 30% of the cash and the tickets on the Lakers. And the total, bigger bets definitely coming in on the under, but it hasn't really moved at all. It's kind of been solidly like 222, 223 since it came out. And the bigger bets coming in on the under, but that's not necessarily been sharp action. Maybe the over is a nice way to go. It's just in a game one of a series like this, I just can't take the over. You know what I mean? Because they're going to D up even in the third quarter, fourth quarter, everything. They might have a few minutes of lulls, but then they're going to be like, all right, let's D up again. Let's D up again. You know what I mean? But it's guys are
game. Yeah, you got to set the tone, and guys are nervous as well. So it's going to be definitely a tough type grind game. But I just feel like the matchup wise, you know what I mean? These guys were over teams, I believe, in the bubble as well when they were going against each other in that playoff. So I think it kind of would be the same thing.
I kind of feel like Billy Friedrich. He says, if I was betting aside, I can only take the Lakers and the points. I wouldn't want to take the Lakers money line, but it definitely feels like, game one's going to go down to the wire, a close game, and maybe taking the Lakers getting all those points. Yeah, they lose maybe, but an intense, exciting game that stays under the line. It's a lot of buckets, man. 6 points in a game like this. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems. I mean, I don't know NBA nearly as well as you guys do, obviously, but it feels like giving them 6 points is just too much right now. And you but probably your take on LeBron being in a period where he's being undervalued might be the way to go. You took LeBron to win the MVP, right?
I took him at 310. Yeah, 310. It's called the Magic Johnson Trophy. It's tailor made for him.
Yes, you're right.
With that narrative that our guy Nutflesh was talking about.
Absolutely. All right, I love these comments. I'm looking at a lot of comments. I'm not going to be able to read them all. Prop comments coming in. Tori Coker says it's going to be Heat and Nuggets in the finals. Okay. Wow, look at this. I'm looking at everything. Look. Oh, my gosh. Yes. Zizu number 5 says, Mike M., you're a gem in the chat. Absolutely. Poker addicted. I think Lakers are going to need to make an adjustment to be competitive in this game, and the adjustment isn't there first half. Lean first quarter, first half Denver. And I saw someone else say Denver first half -3 as well. Yeah, that makes sense too. I'm going to pass, though, officially. Trotwam. It's just too crazy. I hope you all cash, but Trotwam has gone official with LeBron over 5.5 assists -105. Oh, man. Trotwam. We usually cover so many games. You only got one game here. Anything else you'd like to say or promote or shout out or anything? Tell us about your life. Anything you want to say, Trotwam.
Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to everybody in there. While we only got one game today, it's might as well just give y'all the plays that I did make in the other games. I did make more plays in the other games.
Yeah, let's hear them.
Take the Heat to win series games at plus a half, plus 1.5 at plus 155. I think that the Heat are really going to play this all the way tough. Again, like I mentioned, the bubble revenge, like Markel said in the chat, I think they're going to play tough. We've seen the legend of Jimmy Butler. He's going to get one of those games. I think he actually punked them in the first game. So I also did take the Heat plus 8.5 yesterday. I like that look a lot in the first game. I think they are going to punk them in the first game. Reason why I haven't took the Lakers in the first game is because I think it's more of a elevation setting situation that goes against the Lakers. In this game, I think that it's going to be mostly a mental thing. And in this, I'm going to take the better coach. And I'm going to take the better coach in Eric Spoelstra, and I'm going to take the better player in Jimmy Butler. I think he's going to be more mentally ready for the game. So I like Jimmy Butler to come out the first game. Them coming off a 7-game as well. I mean, game 7 for the Boston Celtics. I'm on the 8.5. So I'm on the 8.5 with the Heat. I'm on the series games at plus 1.5 with the Heat. So if this game goes to 7, we cash. If they win, of course, we cash. As long as they don't lose by more than 2 games there. So I like the Heat plus 1.5 series at plus 155. Heat to come out in the first game tomorrow to not lose by more than 9 at 8.5. And then also I talked to y'all about the LeBron James at to win the MVP at plus 310 and then over 5.5. Shout out to Pete. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate all y'all. Shout out to Pub, Jose, my man. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, Jose. I know you ain't gonna like that because this is Boston. Don't worry about nothing, brother. Y'all can still win in 7. I cash, we good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, bro.
Wham, but you know what this is, Wham. You know what this is. This is for the supremacy of the NBA. This decides who's the best franchise.
It sounds good. This
decides who's you guys aren't gonna make it there because the Nuggets are gonna beat your guys' ass in 6 games. I know that's fact. But I'm not worried. I'm not worried, Wham, because you wine time, ski, whoever you guys want. You bring your Lakers coalition together, bring it all together, bring it all you need, and me and Nasty Nate will laugh at all you guys when the Celtics win in 5 and we beat your guys' ass again in the finals, just as history dictates.
That's funny.
You know what? I've been capping the cappers this whole time, kind of confused and everything. King Art took Denver first half -3. I read what Poker Addicted had to say. I read what some of the other guys had to say. Check this out, Trotwam. You ready? I'm going to do it. I'm going to take Denver first half -3. Now, it's 3.5 right now, so I'm going to use the Pinnacle line -119. Denver first half -3, -119. Capping the cappers. A lot of cappers. I capped them all. I think Poker Addicted and some of the other guys are right. There's statistical reasons to like Denver. The Lakers in the first 2 series won outright. I don't think it's going to happen again here. I'm tailing King Art, and it's a play that is endorsed by Poker Ticket 79. I'm going to take it. Denver Nuggets first half -3, -119. Trotwam, before we let you go, any thoughts on that?
I love the look. I honestly, it makes so much sense. They've been really good start the season off, and they have the home advantage. So I really like the look a lot.
All right, Trotwam. I hope your 5.5 cashes. And if that LeBron at plus 310 winds up cashing, I'm going to make a special shout out, a little 15-second shout out, congratulatory video to you about that, Trotwam. Because I think it's a positive EV play. Should be a dog line, but probably not that big of a line, Trotwam.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you, Pete. You know the reason why I do this, and shout out to the chat, man. Appreciate y'all.
All right, Trotwam. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you again very, very soon. Man, Jose Bouquett. Fun show, huh?
Yeah, Peter, you all right?
I'm tired. I'm tired as hell. No, I'm not okay. I'm tired as hell. No, I think I feel like I might have stepped into a bunch of landlines. But look, last week, Patrick Corbin team total over 2.5 was the exact same shit. It's a trap, blah blah blah. I took it. It cashed, right? Yesterday, I forgot what the hell plays I bet that cashed. So I bet a bunch of plays like that on this card. The Cleveland first 5, obviously. But I don't know. In other sports, I trust myself less. But in baseball, I just kind of trust myself more, and I'm willing to pull the trigger on stuff like that, even when it feels trappy. And I'm willing to go for it.
Well, I'll tell you, my season might have changed here, Pete. I got slapped in the chest by a professional wrestler this weekend, and ever since then, I haven't had a losing day. So I think that might have been the thing that changed my season, Pete.
Really? Wait. Oh, I saw that. I got so much shit going on, Jose Bouquett. I did see. I wanted to Twitter one day, and I was like, wait, a picture of Jose's chest with a hand slap on it. I was like, I don't have time for this shit. But what happened? You got slapped in the chest, and it changed your life. What happened? Tell me again. Give us a 10-second synopsis for anyone, including me, who isn't familiar with what you're talking about.
Well, I am a producer of many shows on this lovely channel and on our friends at Pub Culture TV. Peter Loshak, and on one show this week, they had a professional wrestler come on, and they asked, does anyone want to take a chop, very Ric Flair-esque? And I say, fuck it. I'm a jamoke. I'll do it. I'm a schmuck. I'll step up, and I'll show you the video, Pete. Our friends at Medicaid Monday will show you guys as well. But yes, I did, in fact, get slapped in the chest, and I hope you enjoy it. And I haven't had a losing day since.
Breathe, bro. So this is gonna be
I haven't lost.
Yeah, you know how people are like, oh, just like dunk yourself in cold water and that like can change your whole insides. It's not because anything about cold water. It's just like basically it's anything that smacks you in the face can change your life. And I think that might have happened to you. Immersing yourself in cold water can help. Also, being smacked upside the head by a professional wrestler has the same sort of
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I still, in fact, have the scars from it. I'm still bruised or whatever by it. But Pete, 2-0 or not 2-0, 2-0 winning days, I guess. 2 winning days back to back. Maybe we all need to be slapped in the chest.
Yes,
Pete.
You get smacked in the face, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay, I'm not going to be driven by fear and full of shit for as long as this wears off. And then for a few days or a few weeks, you really aren't.
Maybe I won't make homer bets on the Red Sox every day. Maybe I won't do that. And then, who knows? Maybe we'll see.
Because if you don't get smacked in the face, it's just so easy to fall into just being weak and lazy and full of shit and like spouting bullshit and all this stuff. I'm proud of you, Jose. It looks like you're making good decisions for yourself in life. Jose Bouquett, it was a great show. We're going to be back next Tuesday, right?
We will be back next Tuesday. I believe James the Bag will be with us again, and that'll be a whole lot of fun. Jimmy will be back tomorrow. Say Hey plays today at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. And again, Pete, I hope you say a prayer for all of San Antonio tonight, Pete. NBA Draft Lottery tonight. We'll be watching on playback.tv/Pub Sports Radio. Please, for the love of God, let the Spurs get the number 1 pick. Please.
I'm going to try to tune into that, Jose Bouquet. Hell yeah. Great show. Huge shout out to the comment section. Huge shout out to Slaughter and everyone at Pub Sports Radio. And we'll see you again next Tuesday.